And welcome to Independence High School in Coal City, West Virginia. Tonight, Video Productions presents exciting high school football. The number 18 Class AA team, the Miners from Mingo Central, take on the number 5 team in Class AA, the Patriots from Independence. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. We welcome you in to the Dutch Miller Beckley Auto Mall pregame show. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. We have our stat man, Chris Farish, and Haven Fogg is on camera tonight. And Eric, here we are, week number 8 of the high school season. It's going to be a beautiful night at kickoff. Of course, the second half is going to get a little chilly. You and I did a middle school game last night, and I think it got downright cold rather than chilly. That might be the case here tonight.
Yeah, tonight I think it might get down into the low 40s, so that's a lot chilly for you. I know how you are, but it'll be a good night for football for these high school players, and I'm anxious to get this one teed up, Maris, because like you said, Mingo Central coming in at 18. If they can pull off a big win tonight, they can move themselves into playoff position. That's
right. They're on the outside looking in, and of course for Independence, number 5, they want to maintain their winning ways so they can maybe get more than one home game, maybe 2 home games if they can finish in the top 4.
Yeah, and it seems like Independence is rounding out now, playing their best football, even coming off the loss to Oak Hill and on the road. That was a very winnable game, and I think it's breeding confidence in this Independence team who has a lot of young players plugged in and gaining a lot of key experience moving towards the playoffs.
You know, I've done my homework on Mingo Central. They're coached by David Jones. I had a nice long conversation with him before the game, and we're going to get into that in our next segment, and he was surprised of some of the history and things that I knew about Mingo County and Del Parton in particular. But, Eric, I was surprised to know because I knew there's 4 schools that make up Mingo Central, which is Gilbert, Matewan, Williamson, and Birch. They have 635 students that are enrolled in Mingo Central. In Independence, which, as you know, Sophie and Stokoe, which you're a graduate of Independence, they have around 545. So you would expect a school that you put 4 schools together would have more students than 2 schools, but you're looking at 635 students, and I thought even for that area, the way they've lost enrollment, the way they've lost population, I thought that was pretty good for them.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're looking at, I guess with Matewan, you're looking at a lot of single-A schools,
right,
in fact, that formed this school. So that's probably about right, you know, that enrollment. And you know, I'm looking down, and, you know, some of the names that you can see, like the Joplins and stuff like that from that area.
Right.
So you're going to probably have some athletes and, you know, a lot of good linemen mixed in.
And I'm sure there's a name, Hatfield, that we will mention tonight, and I got a story about that. But these 2 teams played last year at Mingo Central. Mingo Central won that game 24-6. So we'll see if it's revenge time for Independence here tonight.
And it's homecoming night. The festivities are started, you know, and we always talk about this. I'm sure Coach Lilly and his coaches are wondering about the team being focused and not thinking about the dance and thinking about the task at hand and winning a football game tonight.
Both teams out on the field warming up. We'll dive into more of these teams in our next break. We'll go ahead and take our first Beckley Auto Mall Dutch Miller pregame break as we get you ready for the kickoff at the top of the hour between number 18, 2-3, Mingo Central, and number 5, 4-2, Independence here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
If you need a lawyer, then you need a lawyer who's in it to win it. You need Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. and Ditzler. We have a track record of winning millions for our clients. At Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. and Ditzler, we're in it to win it.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Let the sunshine in. Get started today with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. What better way to do that than our energy-efficient windows and doors for every budget and style? We offer superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price. We offer great financing options too. So why wait? Transfer your home today with Window World of Beckley and let the sun shine in.
And welcome back to Independence High School in Coal City, West Virginia. We get you ready for the kickoff here at the top of the hour. The Miners from Mingo Central take on the Patriots from Independence. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Michael Frobel for Judge. Michael Frobel is a candidate for the circuit judge in the 2nd Division. Michael is proud to support the student athletes of Raleigh County. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Giovanni's, a Mamma Mia. If you're not Italian going in, you'll be Italian coming out. And, you know, I had to eat that pizza. Well, I ate half of it all by myself. I guess I have the other half for tomorrow because they want to know, where's the stat man Chris Ferris? Where is my partner Eric Thomas? Where's the heavy hitter Mr. Nick Eskins? And you know what I told them? They all have real jobs. Since I'm the retired one, I can go there early for my pregame meal. But you did miss a delicious pregame meal, Eric.
Yeah, and it's always a good time when you go to Giovanni's because I hope my favorite worker is still working there because she's a Cowboys fan.
Well, no, well, she wasn't working today. She was so ashamed after their loss to the Lions, she wouldn't come to work today. All right, let's get into this game. Let's take a look at the slate for Mingo Central, as we mentioned, Eric. They are number 18. Of course, here in the state of West Virginia, they take the top 16 in each class, and there's still some games to be played. But for Mingo Central, you think this would be a huge victory on the road if they could get it. They lost to Tug Valley 14-6. They lost to Westside 21-20. They've been to Raleigh County one other time before. They beat Liberty down at Glen Daniel 46-14. They beat Man 30-7, and they lost the last time they played to Scott 20-6.
And one thing that Coach Lilly will have to do after listening to all those scores he gave, you know, his young team will look at those scores and say, well, we beat Scott, and you know, we put one on Westside, so Mingo Central will be no problem. So he'll have to really get that in their head. Like, look, every game's different. Everything changes on Friday night, and let's see if he'll be able to get his guys ready for this game.
And on the flip side for Independence, coming in at number 5, they feel if they can win tonight because they got a big one coming up next week, and that's the biggest thing. And we'll talk to you about that in a minute, Eric. Homecoming and stay focused on the task at hand, not look ahead to Princeton next week. But Independence lost their first game to Hoover on the road, 37-30. They made that long trip to Brook and beat them 20-0. They went to Summersville and beat Nicholas County 41-14. They beat Scott in a game that we had here on Video Productions 30-24. They lost to Oak Hill 21-20, and then last week they beat Westside 51-13. Now there was a game in their schedule with Bluefield that got canceled because of the weather that they were never able to make up. So, but they're coming off a big win with that Westside victory last week.
And the thing that you can also say, and I think in the back of the players' minds, and I know the coaches' minds, they could easily be sitting here 6-0. I mean, they led for most of the game in the Herbert Hoover game and just gave up a lead. They had a chance to either tie or win the game at Oak Hill and chose to go for 2 in the win. So they very easily, with that schedule, could be 6-0.
And, you know, this game is so important, as they all are, but maybe a little bit more extra weight on this game. And I'll think and see if you agree with me. And the reason I say that, for the simple fact they didn't get to play the Bluefield game. And with Princeton lurking next week, that's what makes this game a little more extra than maybe any other game.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, because you want to handle the business in front of you. And this is a common, a double-A opponent that can give you key points later on in the year, if you get this win, you still have a chance to host. So this is the most important game, and all coaches say on the schedule, but this is way more important this week than that Princeton game next week.
Yeah, and here's another thing too, Eric, is we know that since we've been doing video productions, we're in our 4th year, Independence has not lost. They've got a great home winning streak. I don't have it in front of me.
It's 20.
20 in a row.
20 in a row.
And trying to make it 21 tonight. And, the crowd's still making its way in. That's one thing. When it's a lot easier to come out to the stadium on a cold night when you're winning, and Independence sure's had a lot of that going on the last 2 or 3 years.
And they have, playoff wins, big playoff wins. So these fans that are following in right now are accustomed to big wins on this field.
So Independence and the Mingo Central will kick it off at the top of the hour. And I'm going to leave you with a little teaser. When we come back, I have a great nugget, a connection between Sophia, West Virginia, and Del Barton, West Virginia. And you almost got to be maybe my age, maybe to know this or maybe understand what I'm talking about. And I'll tell you what it is on the other side of the break as we'll take a break here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you're about to go on the most important journey, it matters who you choose to start it with. From your very first prenatal appointment, Access Health's dedicated team is here to support you with the latest technology and personalized care. Preparing for your little one's arrival is a special time. And when the big day arrives, you can be confident knowing you have the same team to guide and support you. Access Health, your partner in health every step of the way.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School here in Coal City, West Virginia. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, the stat man, Chris Farish on hand, and Haven Fogg is a working camera tonight. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Shady Springs State Farm agent Scotty Brown, you can dial him up at 681-238-6130. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley, where they will have Bowloween, and that will take place next Saturday, August the 26th. Come and join them for a howling good time, and you can make your reservations just $17 a person. You can dial them up at 304-253-7328. Okay, I can see the suspense on your face, Eric. You're wanting to know how there's a connection between Sophia and Del Barton. Well, I will say this. and this is an opinion, but I think anybody of my age that was around at that time, around boxing in the early 70s, would agree with me on this. 2 of the greatest boxers in the history of the state of West Virginia, whether it be amateur or pro, one came from Del Barton and one came from Sophia. And let's see if anybody here in the booth, if you know who I'm talking about. And that might have been before your time. It was in the early 70s, and both of them had a chance to be on the 1976 Olympic team. You have any idea who I'm talking about? All right, from Sophia, Mickey Udy. They called him KO. Mickey KO Udy. The KO stood for knockout. And unfortunately, he died tragically early where he was shot and killed in 1980. But in 1974-75, he was one of the top amateurs in 147 welterweight division weight class, and of one of the best fighters ever, just not in this area, but in the whole state, in the history of West Virginia. And he had an opportunity to beat Clint Jackson, who represented the United States in Montreal in 1976. And, of course, the one I'm talking about from Del Barton, the great Kerry Lee Hatfield. Kerry Lee Hatfield was the 1974 light heavyweight runner-up, and he had a chance to go to the Olympic trials, and he decided not to. But Kerry Lee Hatfield had over 200 fights, and I guarantee you, if you mention the name in Mingo County, Kerry Lee Hatfield, everybody knows that. As a matter of fact, when I mentioned this, Eric, to the coaching staff of Mingo Central, they looked at me and said, you can come anytime and you go into any place. Now, you tell them you know Kerry Lee Hatfield, you never have to pay for a meal. They treated me like, not that they treated me good, then it went from good to being a king once I told them. And another thing that got them, they said I looked too young to know Kerry Lee Hatfield. When I told them I'm 62, honestly, they thought I was in my 30s. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, ladies and gentlemen. So it was all in all. I had a great conversation with David Jones, their head coach.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of history. And, in the small towns, that just shows you, though, small towns, they remember all great, anything sports, they'll remember it.
And, of course, in that part of West Virginia, back in the day, that's part of the Hatfield and McCoy's feud. So you've got to have probably a Hatfield, and actually they have 3 Hatfields on the roster. I don't know if they have a McCoy on the roster, but they got Hatfields on the roster.
They might have ran the McCoys out of town.
Well, they might have, because McCoy's was on the Kentucky side and Hatfields was on the West Virginia
exactly.
side.
So that's why there's no McCoys on there. They told them stay across the river.
All right, now we'll get back on hand. We got a little far afield there, but that's and that's a great point that you talked about when you talk about Mickey Udy and Kerry Lee Hatfield. And Kerry Lee Hatfield was an amazing fighter, and like I said, he had over 200 amateur fights, and I bet he only lost 3 or 4. He was amazing. And you talked to my brother Matt about Mickey Udy and Kerry Lee Hatfield, and he'll tell you how good they are. But now let's jump into football. And, Eric, we've got some stats I want to take a look at. Dalton Atkins has really been the go-to guy for Brock Green for Independence. So far in their 6 games, he's got 20 catches for 299 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 15 yards a catch.
Yeah, and he does a lot of good things with Yak, yards after catch. He does a real good job of high pointing the ball and helping out his young quarterback.
Christian Linksweiler for Independence has 13 catches for 289 yards and also 2 scores.
And that's a guy I think that they need to get a little more involved in the offense. I like to see him get a few more touches.
And Silas Nelson has been a little bit of everything for him. Through as a receiver, he's caught 9 balls for 147 yards. He's not gotten the end zone as a receiver, but as a running back, he's got 144 carries for 818 yards, and he's found the end zone 14 times.
Yeah, and he gets the tough yards. He can do it inside, bounce it outside. Real good utility player. A lot of people call him a running back. I refer to him as a utility player.
All-purpose player.
Because he can do it all. If he wants to line up at quarterback, he can get under center, and you won't miss a beat.
And Brock Green has thrown 52 of 96 for 871 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions.
Yeah, and that's one thing that he's done a great job of being a young quarterback. He plays above his freshman, age, but he really has protected the ball. And I think in a couple of games, where the Oak Hill game, I think he may have had a couple of turnovers that may have contributed to Oak Hill getting 14 points. So if he can harness that in the big games, the sky's the limit for him.
It's going to be a beautiful night. Like I said, a little on the chilly to the cold side tonight. The crowd's still making their way in. And, I was asking the Brain Trust, David Jones, the head coach there at Mingo Central, how long did it take them to get from their school to here? And they said they went down through Pineville, not through Charleston. They went down through Pineville. Took them about an hour and a half to get here. They're getting ready to play the national anthem. We'll take a break, come back, get you ready for the kickoff at the top of the hour between Independence and Mingo Central here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
It's 4th down. Seconds on the clock. He hands it off. Finds a hole in the middle. Clear. Nothing.
Brian moves!
Incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza. Better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond is your broker. You can dial him up at 304-256-0101. You can check him out online at wvexitelevation.com. Also, the game tonight being brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company is now hiring, and they offer no premium and no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company matching 401k plan. You can apply for a job with Infinity Coal. You can go online to their Facebook page at United Coal Company. Well, Eric, you know, we talked about Independence going to Westside last week, and it was homecoming for Westside, and Independence really took that out on them by beating them 51-13. Now, flip the switch to this Friday night. It's homecoming here tonight at Independence. Great day for the parade. When I got to the stadium, the hoopla, the floats, all that going on. You know, back in my day in the late 70s when I played, and in the late 80s when you played, coaches hated homecoming. That's probably no different today.
No different today, and you know, they hate the distraction. And say what you want, a lot of kids, they do seem to get caught up in the hoopla and the distractions of it, but you need your veterans on your team, if you're Coach John Lilly, to really say, hey, young guys, you got to stay focused at the task at hand, because the dance is not fun if you take an L.
Yeah, and if you lose, you probably don't even go to the dance. And, right, you have to stay focused. And on the flip side, if you're Mingo Central, they can, like, maybe try to get an emotional charge from their kids by saying, look, they scheduled us for homecoming.
Yep, it's like you said, two sides of the coin. And, like, a lot of coaches on the other side use that as motivation. They start at the beginning of the year. Like, look, if we go to someone's homecoming, we want to – if we're the special guest, we want to ruin it for them.
And, you know, we are here in Week 8. And, of course, Independence couldn't help it. And we talked about this and touched on this earlier, Eric, in one of our previous segments about they could not help that they couldn't make the game with Bluefield. Bluefield, they were scheduled to play here on a Friday night. That was the week of the hurricane. Bluefield in Mercer County, they had no water. They had no power. They had moved the game to Saturday afternoon. We were going to do it anyway. Got the call from Coach Lilly on that Saturday morning, 7:30. They're not going to play. And now I think that puts maybe a little bit more pressure, because Independence was going to have 10 games. Now they only got 9.
Yeah, and every game counts, and especially one in your class, so you need this win. Both teams, and Mingo Central definitely needs this win if they want to, climb the charts and get into that top 16.
Of course, we'll keep you up to date on other games going on around the state of West Virginia. Big one going on in Mercer County. And, of course, Independence opponent next week, Princeton. Princeton are playing host to the Beckley Flying Eagles, and that's perhaps the biggest game in the entire state this week.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a slug fest. Both teams quality programs, and Princeton played in the 3A, which is now the 4A championship last year, and a lot of the same cast of characters on that team, and Beckley has a lot of players that took a couple of butt kickings from the Princeton Tigers, so they're going to try to turn that around.
Independence getting ready to make their entrance onto the field. The captains across the way from Mingo Central has already made their way out on the field and waiting for both teams to come out. And now here comes Independence as they come out to a nice ovation from their home crowd below us. So you can see Independence there wearing the white helmets. They'll be decked out in navy blue tonight. Across the way, Mingo Central with the white helmet. They look a little bit like North Carolina. White helmet, got a little silver on it. They got the white jerseys, this Mingo Central, with the light blue numbers and the navy blue pants.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either one of these color schemes. Good-looking uniforms, and both of these teams are ready to get after it.
Also, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Heather Cantley, your Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my advisor, and she can be your advisor, and she can take excellent care of you. And you can reach out to Heather, and you can call her at 681-254-0097. That's Heather Cantley, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, the old country store locations in Beckley and Princeton. So, Eric, we'll have the captains getting set to meet out at the center of the field for the toss of the coin, and we'll be ready to go here momentarily between the Independence Patriots, 4-2, ranked number 5 in Class AA this week, Mingo Central 2-3, and number 18, and right now on the outside looking in.
And so, we talk about this and we discuss this a lot. So if you're Mingo Central and you win the toss, I think you opt to receive the ball and try to get on the short possessions usually in these games. So you need to get limited possessions, I should say. And I think you should be able to get the ball and try to put your offense out there and get some momentum going.
Well, one of the things, Eric, and I noticed in warm-up, of course, when I spoke with the head coach at David Jones of Mingo Central, he told me number 12, Jackson Anemi Mills, would be the starting quarterback. But during the warm-ups, we noticed there was a different young man. It was Kay Joplin who was getting most of the first-team reps warming up. So we'll be anxious to see who will actually be the signal caller for the Miners of Mingo Central.
Yeah, and you know how coaches are. They like to keep it close to the vest. I think even in the pros, I think Mike Tomlin's playing a little mind games, about the quarterback position.
Well, Eric, after I told him I knew Kerry Lee Hatfield, I think he was going to give me the whole playbook. As a matter of fact, one thing I did mention when I spoke to David Jones is, let's see who will get the kick. I didn't see who won the toss there. But nevertheless, David Cook told me that he was related to Buster Douglas. So a little bit of fight. We was talking not really football. We was talking about the fight game prior to kickoff here tonight.
Well, I'm glad he knows about boxing because he's going to be in a fight tonight up here in Coal City. So I'm sure he'll have his team ready. Well,
the teams are getting their final instructions from their coaching staff, and we're moments away from getting this ball game underway. Sit back, get you a nice ice-cold blue can of Pepsi, and enjoy tonight's game. We think we're going to have a good one tonight, Eric.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one, and I love these late season games when there's a lot on the line for both teams trying to fight their way into the playoffs.
So both teams, like I said, getting their final instructions. And Independence now breaks the huddle.
Looks like they're going to receive.
Yep, it does look like that Independence is going to receive. And it's going to be Brady Rose on the near side for Independence and Silas Nelson on the far side awaiting the kickoff from Mingo Central. So we're just about ready to go. A glorious, beautiful October night. And I'll tell you one thing, Eric, coming to the stadium, the foliage coming up the hill to Coal City was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know about you. The way that sun's setting,
yes.
I mean, it's on you. It was beautiful.
Yes, it was. So we're about ready to go. The ball's teed up, be evenly between the two 40s. Mingo Central getting their final adjustment of their kickoff team, and we're ready to go. Like I said, a Rose on the far side, or Nelson on the far side, and Rose, let's see who'll get it. Rose will handle it across the 15. Trying to find running room and good coverage downfield by Mingo Central.
Looks like they'll tee that one up for you at the 26-yard line, Maris. And Mingo Central looked like they were fired up going down on that kick coverage.
So Independence will have it 1st and 10, as Eric told you. They're going to put it on the 27-yard line. And that's where Independence will start the first drive of the game. Brock Green, the quarterback. 1st and 10 for the Patriots on their own 27-yard line. So let's see what the Patriots will cook up. Green works from the shotgun. Takes the snap. Will hand the ball to Nelson. He's got a big got a big run on 1st down across the 30 in a nice game.
Yeah, a nice big run. Big hit at the end of that run, too, by Mingo Central. But that's what you like to see early on, first play of the game, if you're Independence, getting into your big guy in the backfield and picking up a nice chunk of real estate.
Yeah, he got 6 on 1st down, 2nd and 4 from the 33-yard line. Nice run that time by Silas Nelson. He entered the game with 818 yards rushing. 2nd down 4. Green takes the snap. Will hand the ball back to Nelson off the far side. He's close to a 1st down. Depends on where they put him down. He might be a tad short, Eric.
Yeah, and it looks like this Mingo Central team is not going to lay back, Mears. They're doing a lot of, what I call fire blitzes. They're coming up between the B and the A gap, and they're really trying to put pressure on these Independence linemen, make them choose who they're going to block.
Yeah, it looks to be just about a foot of what Independence is going to need to pick up this 1st down.
Don't you love this, the state of the game now? You got a foot, you usually under center, and you're back in the shotgun.
And here's the handoff. There's a 1st down run. It didn't get much, but they didn't need much, but enough to move the sticks and another package it down for Independence.
No, I think they're going to mark him short.
Well, you're right, they are. I thought he got across. They're putting the ball at the 37. Now, it's a 1st down. I'm going to say he had to get to the 37, and that's where they put the ball at.
Okay, yeah, right on it.
So that will be enough for an Independence 1st down. And, you were right, Eric, because at one time I did see the down marker flip to 4th, but I'm saying the drive started on the 27. They put it on the 37. Even I know that math is 10 yards.
Yeah, that's exactly 10 yards, Gene.
So 1st and 10 for Independence on their own 37-yard line. Green takes the snap to throw, has time, going deep, got man covered, got a man out there. It's caught and tackled down inside the 15-yard line. A beautiful throw by Green, and Brady Rose able to haul it in for a big play for Independence.
That's just a tremendous throw, pitch and catch right there, but we can get that on. Did you have that on the replay? Maris, the thing that I saw, the cornerback got caught looking in the backfield and was way out of position on that play.
That's a 48-yard connection. Here's a running play. Nelson trying to get to the edge. He does. He turns it up inside the 10. He'll get to the pylon. Touchdown, Independence. No penalty flags, and Independence made that look easy, as that is the 15th rushing touchdown for Silas Nelson, and Independence scores on the opening drive.
Yeah, and they did it, really the way they usually do it. They lull you to sleep with a couple runs and a big play over top, and Independence is cooking with gas early here.
That big 48-yard pass from Green to Rose set it up, and then a 15-yard run by Silas Nelson. That's his 15th rushing touchdown. The point after looks good, and it is good. So with 10-11 remaining in the 1st quarter, your new score is now Independence 7 and Mingo Central nothing. That was a 5-play drive, and that covered 73 yards. 5 plays, 73 yards. The big play was a 48-yard connection from the quarterback, Green, to the receiver, Rose, and then Silas Nelson, he carried the ball, Eric, 4 of the 5 plays on that drive and able to get the ball into the end zone for an Independence touchdown.
And that's what you want to do if you're Independence. Your bread and butter is run that sets up the throw, and that what a tremendous pass by Brock Green, put it right on the money, and Silas Nelson does the rest on the ground.
Scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. You just had enough time to get you some popcorn and pop open a blue can of Pepsi, and just like that, in 5 plays, Independence is in the end zone, and they take a 7-0 lead. So now it will be Mingo Central's turn as Independence has it teed up. And here comes the kickoff, and it's going to be deep here on the far side. back inside the 15, and good coverage by Independence. Not much running room, and they won't get back to the 20. And receiving the kick that time is going to be Aiden Burke, and he's not able to get the ball back to the 20. So shy of the 20 is where Mingo Central will have their first possession, as they'll have the ball, it looks to be at the 19-yard line, and a first down for the Miners.
Yeah, and good kick coverage by Independence as Cuthbert puts it right in the corner, a little corner kick, and the coverage was able to pin them down.
So the quarterback will be Jackson Anemi Mills for Mingo Central. And he will work from the shotgun. Independence, if you're just joining us, they scored already, 5 plays, 73 yards. Got a 15-yard touchdown run from Nelson. Here's a big run, and a flag comes in behind the play, and that's going to be probably holding, as a nice run by the quarterback, Anemi Mills, as there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, and looks like yanked him on the corner as he was able to turn the corner. I didn't see exactly who committed the penalty as we look here on the instant replay.
And there's the call by the official, and it happened right about there, as you said, as he turned the corner. So that will be a penalty that will negate a pretty good gain on first down.
And that was actually a handoff to Dylan Vance right there.
I beg your pardon. So on the penalty, that will take the ball back inside the 10, take the ball back to the 9, and make it 1st and 20 for Mingo Central.
And not what you want to do against this Independence defense. This is when they're at their best. They really can pin their ears back and come after the quarterback.
So here's Anemi Mills waiting on the snap, perhaps changing the play on 1st and 20 from their own 9-yard line. They move the back from one side to the other, 12 on the play clock. It's going to be a running play off the right side, and a nice gain to get some of that penalty yardage back up over the 20, and that's Vance on the carry.
Yeah, and he was one step away from breaking that one for a big gainer. They see something off that on the right side, which is the defensive left side, as they run both plays to that side.
And actually, that may be the quarterback. I was told Anemi Mills that may not be him. We'll have to check that out. Here comes a running play again to Vance. Another good run across the 25. And he'll come up a little short. He got to get out to the 29 to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, and right now it looks like that's Caden Porter in number 12 for at quarterback for Mingo.
Right. So Porter is the quarterback right now, and I was told it was going to be Anemi Mills, and then we saw another young man that was warming up. So actually this may be the third quarterback of the other two that we were told. Here's a running play. It's a keeper for the quarterback. It's going to be very close to a first down, and they may have it. They got to get out to the 29. It looks like they're right at the 29. All depends on where they put it down at, and they're going to say he's short.
Yeah, it looks like they marked him short. So I think right here is no decision. I think you don't want to give up the ball in Independence territory, so I would punt it away.
I don't think they are. I think they felt that once they got behind the chains,
yeah,
they're within a half a yard, and now maybe they thought better of it. Now they decide they're going to kick it away.
Yeah, Independence is a high-powered offense anyway, and you don't want to squirt the game away early like that. This is the right thing to do.
And if you're Independent, you want to make sure that you be disciplined. You don't jump.
Look at the hard count here.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
So here comes the snap. There's the kick. And it's going to be returnable across the 45.
Oh, this is trouble, Mayor's set up over here.
Yep, they've got a wall inside the 40, inside the 30. This could go, and it tackled right at the 10-yard line. A huge return that time for Caden Bradbury. And right now, Independence is cooking on all cylinders.
Yeah, this is a low returnable kick, and they had that return right set up, and the Patriots did a great job of just getting in front of people and not making that block in the back. And Mingo Central's lucky not to give up 6 on the special teams here.
They're going to put the ball down at the 12-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Independence from the Miners' 12-yard line. Already leading in the game, 7-0 Independence. Coming up on the 8-minute mark of the first quarter from the 12. Green from the shotgun. Same play that scored the touchdown. This time they turn Nelson up inside.
Ball's out.
The ball is fumbled, and it's still loose. And Mingo Central says they have it, and I believe they do. And they do. Mingo Central turns Independence over.
It looks like there's a flag on the play.
Is there? I'm looking.
It looks like the ref is standing by a flag. maybe I'm seeing things.
Well, the ball was definitely out. Mingo Central was on it. Or did they? Yeah, there was a penalty. It was against Independence, and Mingo Central obviously will take the result of the play, which is a fumble. And Mingo Central will take over with the fumble right there about the 13-yard line. So Independence squandering a major opportunity there, Eric. So Mingo Central will take over on the turnover and have the ball on their own 13-yard line with a first down. Here's a pass play in the flat. It's caught. That's going to lose yardage. It's great tackle that time by Independence, and that was Dalton Atkins who makes the play.
Yeah, and Dalton Atkins has been good all year and very disciplined right here. Reading the play, almost had a chance to pick it off.
And that'll go for no gain. They get the ball out in the flat like it's going to be like a wide receiver screen. Actually, they took over, I said, the 13. Actually, it was the 19-yard line. Now it's back to the 13. And they got that ball out to Aiden Burke, and he had no chance on the play. So it's going to bring up 2nd and long from their own 13-yard line. Once again, this drive started on their 19 after Independence turned it over.
Well, it seems like it's the same formula for Mingo as the first possession.
Yeah.
Getting behind the chains.
There's a running play to Coleman, and it'll get the ball across the 15 and bring up 3rd and long. So they'll put the ball down at looks like the 17-yard line. They've got to get out to the 29 to keep this drive alive. So 3rd down and 12 coming up for Mingo Central.
You want to be careful here, Maris. You don't want to. You want to, live to punt. Punt's not a bad thing this deep, but you just don't want to turn a turnover here.
There's the snap.
Looks like a busted play.
Yep, and the quarterback's going to carry it and not going to get nowhere near of what he needed. That's Caden Porter. And it's going to be punt time again for Mingo Central.
So Independence's D holds up. They don't give up any yards, really. And Mingo didn't have a chance to flip the field back, so Independence will have a great chance for excellent field position again.
Yeah, Bradbury caught it on his 40 and took it all the way down to the 12-yard line. The last time we have a whistle, and we've got, let's see, I don't see a penalty, but I did hear the whistle. Do you see a flag?
No, I don't.
I don't see a flag, but they did stop the play. They shut the play down. I did hear a whistle.
I think it's an equipment timeout there because they sent a player off the field.
And that possibly could be the case. So whatever it is, they've got it worked out. The clock is rolling. We're under 6 minutes for the opening quarter. 7-0 to the lead for Independence. Here comes the 4th down punt. The ball's going to hit and go out of bounds, and Independence should get great field position.
Looks like right at the 49.
49, let's see. But excellent field position for Independence.
Marked at the Miners' 49-yard line.
Yep, you're right on it, Eric. That's where Independence will take over on Mingo Central side of the field. 1st and 10 at the Mingo Central 49-yard line. And the one thing about it, Mingo Central very fortunate the last time that they were able to turn Independence over when Independence had the ball at the 12-yard line.
And you know what? Even not moving the sticks that time, they were able to gain some, field position because Independence was scrimmaging inside the 10-yard line that last possession. So
here's a 1st down play. Green rolls the pocket to the near side. Got a man open in the flat. It's caught, and a nice gain to the 45 of Mingo Central. Once again, Dalton Atkins has become the favorite receiver of Brock Green.
Yeah, and, good play concept right there. The safe rollout for your quarterback, easy pitch and catch, and getting some momentum. He's 2 for 2 on the night.
Yeah, it's a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. And that's the one thing, winning 1st down, but making sure that you have positive yardage on 1st down.
Yeah, exactly right. Pick up 4 yards on 1st down is anyone to take that.
Here's a running play. That's Nelson. He's inside the 40, the 1st down and more. This might go inside the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Independence. No penalty flags. And that is the 16th touchdown run by Silas Nelson from 45 yards out as we watch the replay.
Got the fireworks going, everything here. As you see the replay, right? Something I noticed on that replay, at the point of attack, Mingo Central blitzed and broke down and just missed the tackle. And when you do that, Silas Nelson will make you pay.
Here's the point after. It's up, and it is good. So your new score here in the first quarter, with 5:06 remaining in it, is now Independence 14 and Mingo Central nothing. That was a two-play, 49-yard drive, and Silas Nelson, his second touchdown of the night, his 16th rushing touchdown of the year. And it's a 14-0 lead. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Wish I had me a nice cold blue can of Pepsi. So, Eric, right now, homecoming night has been explosion right now as Independence, 3 possessions, 2 scores. They lead 14-0.
And they look really sharp, Independence does. They've come out, handled business, on their defensive possessions, not yielding any kind of offense to Mingo Central. And they just really look focused, razor sharp right now.
So Mingo Central hasn't had any field position. They had a penalty and a negative play to start their first down on both of their drives and put them really behind the chains.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we said you can't do, especially to a good defensive team such as Independence.
So Independence has already scored more here in the first quarter than they did in the entire game last year, losing 24-6 at Mingo Central. Here's the kick return, and they're going to get the ball maybe up to the 25-yard line, and returning the kick is Aiden Burke. And they'll put him down, looks like right at the 25. So for the third chance on offense for Mingo Central. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Miners, and let's see, I think they will set him down right at the 25 as I mentioned. So let's see what Caden Porter, the Miners quarterback, will see what he'll conjure up here. Like I said, they had a penalty on the first down of the first series, and they had a big loss on first down the last time they had the ball. So Porter will work from the shotgun on 1st and 10 from their own 25. Takes the shotgun snap, going to be a reverse, and they've got the edge. This is a nice run play by Burke. He'll pick up a first down and more, crosses midfield, and a huge play for Mingo Central.
And that was a good play call because what it did was take advantage of the aggressive nature of the Independence defense. As you can see here on the replay, everybody was flowing right, and there goes the ball the other way.
So let's see where he went out of bounds at. He crossed midfield, a huge gain inside the 40, all the way to the Independence 39-yard line.
And that's a shot in the arm for the offense right there. And you know what that play does? It keeps that backside end a little more honest, and that sets up, some other plays off of that action right here.
That was a 36-yard reverse. Aiden Burke with a big play and a big spark that Mingo Central need. Now's a running play at Independence. A great defensive play for a loss right there. And charging in that time was Landon Riddle to make the play.
And Landon Riddle is an all-state caliber player, and he has a nose for the ball. What a great play. Just he saw it and went and got it.
So they'll lose 4 on the play and make it 2nd and 14 from the Independence 43-yard line. Porter from the shotgun. Maybe changing the plays. They look across to their coaching staff. Here at the bottom of the screen, Burke. He'll be he's got man coverage here at the bottom of the screen. Yep.
You're learning, all right?
Yep, I'm learning from you. Here's a running play.
That's going nowhere.
And trying to just make the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard. That's about it. There's nowhere to go for Dylan Vance.
Dylan Vance with the carry.
The thing I'm really impressed with Independence's defense, once you break the initial pressure, you can count. That's 7 hats coming to the football.
So it'll be 3rd and 13 for Mingo Central. They have the ball at the 42-yard line of Independence.
But this is definitely 2-down territory.
Yeah. Independence has had the ball 3 times. They've scored twice. They had a turnover on their other possession. Here's setting up a screen. They go middle screen. What a nice catch. A beautiful catch, and he's a little short, but a manageable 4th down. That was a great one-handed catch by Aiden Burke.
That was an amazing catch because you know what? If he doesn't catch that, it was going to tip up in the air for an interception, as we see here on the tunnel screen. Well, yes, if he doesn't one-hand that was going to be intercepted.
So it'll be 4th and 3. The ball at the Independence 32. Big play in the game. Here is Porter, the quarterback. The senior signal caller for the Miners and Mingo Central.
Well, look at the cushion that they're giving. It's kind of out of our screen right here at the top of the screen. I would just come up and throw it to the right side.
It's going to be a keeper
Fumble.
all the way, and it's going to be a first down.
Boy, that one faked me out. I thought he might have fumbled.
Yeah, nice run that time by the quarterback. The young man, that is Caden Porter, as he faked the handoff. He goes up inside, and it gets just enough. He had to get to
Let's
the
see if this
29,
was hit.
Eric.
Oh, that was his hand that went up in the air, and I thought that was the ball.
Well, Eric, he had to get to the 29, and he just got just inside the 29, close enough to call it the 28. The ball just barely inside the 29.
Yeah, move the chains, and look for them to take a shot up top right here on a go route.
This has been the best drive out of the three.
Independence's safeties are coming up a little tight, and there's man coverage on the outside, and I don't think that safety will be able to get to it.
Here's a running play to the far side. There's a penalty flag coming in. That might be holding. It went from behind the play.
Yeah, and it was a hold, and as the guy held, his guy still made the tackle.
So let's see if Independence will want to move him back, or if they want to accept, or if they want to take the result of the play. They'll probably move him back. And they will.
As I stated, the guy that held, this guy still made the tackle.
Yeah, that'll give him 2 penalties for that, right?
He didn't hold good enough.
So with the penalty, the ball will come back to the 38 and make it 1st and 20 for the Mingo Central Miners. 2.5 remaining opening quarter. Independence off to a good start with a 14-0 lead. From the 38 of Independence. It's going to be like a little cross-buck reverse, and good defense by Independence at that time. Nowhere to go for Aiden Burke. And we got another flag on the play, and it's a holding again on Mingo Central. And that's one thing. Mingo Central hurt themselves on the first possession, and now after picking up a first down on a 4th down, Eric, now back-to-back holding penalties.
And it seems to be on the same side, the right side of the line, because that's the point of attack of the play, and now they're back at the 50-yard line. I mean,
on their own 49. So they're going to have to get to the 19. They need 30 yards, 1st and 30 on back-to-back holding penalties.
Back-to-back. I mean, drive killers.
Major drive killers. So if you're Mingo Central, Eric, you got to think try to pick up half of it on this first down play.
But if you're Independence, you're blitzing.
Porter to throw with time down the center of the field. It's going to be intercepted at the 20-yard line. Here comes Independence, Bradbury, and he returns it across the 35, and it got Mingo Central behind the chains, and a nice play and an interception by Independence's Bradbury.
Well, the play was out there. Let's see if we pick this up with the camera at work here, but the play is out there. He just threw it short. The guy was behind, the defender was behind, the offensive player was behind the defender.
So on the return, the ball comes all the way out to the 38-yard line, and there's where Independence will take over. This will be their 4th chance on offense here in this first quarter. They've scored 2 of the previous 3, and they have a first down on their own 38-yard line. So here's Brock Green, and they'll go empty as he works from the shotgun. Takes the shotgun snap. It's low. Pressure comes down the center of the field. He's got a man out there. It's caught. Linksweiler, and he hauls it in all the way down to the Mingo Central 15-yard line. And Independence, Eric, doing what they do, hit the big play.
Well, this play design, they overloaded Linksweiler with the motion, and the safety and corner got confused. And that was more a great play design and a great throw. That was a good play.
That's a 57-yard connection. And Brock Green able to lay it out there, and Linksweiler able to run up under it and haul it in.
Man, he throws a really good ball. If you're open, he's going to put it on.
So from the 15, 1st and 10, Independence trying to perhaps really stagger Mingo Central here in this first quarter. And it's going to be a running play.
Lost a 3 on the play. 2nd and 13, ball at the 23-yard line.
So it'll be a loss on the play. Back to the 18-yard line. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 13 for Independence. Green will pitch the ball to Nelson. Nelson up inside, gets to about the 15. He got the 3 yards that they lost on the previous play, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10.
If there was any time that you needed to stand strong on defense right here, you need to hold Independence to a 3 attempt if you're Mingo.
Coming up on the final 30 seconds of the first quarter, plenty of time for Independence to get the play off. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the Mingo Central 15-yard line. And they're going to go empty. Green surveys the field, takes the shotgun snap, throws the ball down the middle of the field, and it's in and out of the hands. What looked like it's going to be a touchdown as Nelson not able to hang on to that one, and I'm sure they'll come back and go for it here, I would think.
Well, it looks like
or maybe a field goal attempt.
Nah, they're keeping Green out. Well, he's the holder, so.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a field goal attempt.
Well, Cuthbert has plenty of leg right here.
They'll put the ball down at the 24-yard line, make this a 34-yard field goal attempt. There's the snap. It's a low snap. The kick's on its way, and it is no good. And I think the low snap.
The low snap threw the timing off.
So Independence comes up short, and that's a huge stop, as you mentioned, Eric. If you ever needed a stop, you always need them, but boy, did Mingo Central really need it there. So Mingo Central turns them away, and they'll take over on their own 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Miners, and with 14 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. So from their own 14, and Porter from the shotgun takes the snap. There's a handoff. And that's going to be Vance. He turns it up, and he gets about 3 or 4 yards, and that's probably going to be the final play of the first quarter, and it will be. At the end of one, it's Independence 14, Mingo Central nothing. Take a minute break and be right back here on Video Productions.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
If you need a lawyer, then you need a lawyer who's in it to win it. You need Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler. We have a track record of winning millions for our clients. At Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler, we're in it to win it.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
And we welcome you back to Coal City, West Virginia. Actually, that drive started on the 21. That gain gets out to the 24. And I beg your pardon, there was a number switch. I want to get this corrected. I said that on top, that Jackson Nimmy Mills was the quarterback. And then we were told that it was Caden Porter, but it's actually Jackson Nimmy Mills. He was number 6. He is number 12, so that is correct. So Jackson Nimmy Mills is the quarterback for Mingo Central. We got that straightened out. So as we're ready to go to the second quarter, second down coming up for Mingo Central. And it's going to be a running play. And we'll cross the 25 out to the 26-yard line for a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down and short for the Miners. And carrying the ball that time is Dylan Vance.
Good little pick up there, and this is a 3rd and manageable now for
third
Mingo.
About 3, maybe 4. Got to get the ball right across the 30.
We don't keep this, but I think they've only gotten 1 first down in this.
That is correct.
Yes, on the end around.
On that big, long run, that is correct. So 3rd down. They have the ball on their own 27. They got to get the ball across the 30 to the 31 to keep the drive alive. And it is Jackson Nimmy Mills in the shotgun for the Miners of Mingo Central. He bobbles the snap, trying to throw a screen. It's caught by Burke. He's got some running room. He's got a 1st down as he navigates his way through traffic, gets the ball over the 35, and a nice play and a 1st down for Mingo Central.
Yeah, he's a 1st down machine. He rolled up his big lineman as he was going down the field, though, and that's somebody they need big time. I think it was the big right tackle got rolled up on a little bit.
And that'll be a 10-yard catch and run. And, the young man, Aiden Burke, he's been quite the player. Like I said, he had that sensational one-hand grab. He had the big reverse in the first quarter.
So 2 catches and one in the round for a first down. So he's been totally their offense right now.
First and 10 from the 37. There's a slant, and the ball is incomplete. And Mingo Central thought maybe that ball might have been a little contact as they were trying to get the ball to the wide receiver who was on the slant. And that wide receiver that time was Jacob Blankenship.
Boy, that was a bullet thrown right there, and that was a good-looking throw, just not able to connect.
Yeah, that ball had some heat on it, didn't it? Had some mustard on it.
Had some heat.
Had some mustard and ketchup on that one. So we're going to get you caught up on some scores. Eric, I know you're checking some scores, and we're trying to find out. We appreciate our viewers telling us how good our stat man is. Chris Ferry saying he's the best. We know he's the best. That's why I call him the stat genius. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a keeper. And not much cooking on that play that time for Jackson Nimmy Mills. He maybe got a yard. That's about it.
Jackson Nimmy Mills with the quarterback keeper.
So it'll bring up 3rd down, and actually they're going to give him no gain on the play. So 3rd and 10 coming up. We're going to get you caught up. Beckley playing at Princeton. A lot of other big games going on. Like I said, about half the state kicks off like we did, Eric, at 7. The other half kickoffs about 7:30. So 3rd and 10. Here's the shotgun snap. They'll roll the pocket with Nimmy Mills, and the pass is short hop, and it'll be 4th down. And over there, the quarterback, Jackson Nimmy Mills, took a big shot as he gets up slow. And it'll be 4th down. One of the other games we have going on video production, Fairmont Senior in the first quarter, a 35-0 lead on Elkins.
Yeah, big-time team, and they just reload every year, it seems, up in Fairmont.
Of course, Fairmont beat Independence last year. 2 years ago here, Eric, you and I did the game. Independence beat Fairmont. So they've taken turns at knocking each other out of the postseason. So here's a 4th down punt coming up for the Miners of Mingo Central. There's the snap. Here's the kick. It was almost blocked. It goes straight up. It's going to be a short kick, and it's going to take an Independence bounce, and they're going to create field position on their own 47-yard line.
Ball is down by number 32.
Independence, with, once again, great defense turns into excellent offensive field position.
So, you look at Mingo Central, Eric, in 4 possessions, they've had 3 punts and an interception. And Independence will take over on their own 47-yard line with a 1st and 10, leading in the ball game 14-0.
Yeah, Mingo Central's just not been able to get anything going, any kind of offensive rhythm.
So Brock Green, he's had an outstanding first half, had a couple of really huge connections.
Right on the money, too. I mean, wide open players, but it's usually when they're that wide open, it's hard to put it on them.
There's their money back right there as Silas Nelson. He came into the game scoring 14 touchdowns on the ground. He's got 2 more tonight. He's got 16 already for the season as he picks up a couple across midfield into Miner territory.
48-yard line.
So from the Mingo Central 48, he picked up 5, 2nd and 5. Of course, when you got a good running game, it really helps your quarterback to be able to sling it around the way Green can sling it around.
Yeah, he does. They do a good job with their offense being multiple. You run.
And there's the run to Nelson. He breaks 1 tackle and takes a big hit, and they throw him back. That's a very minimal gain, maybe a yard. Let's see what they'll put him down at.
Yeah, they gave him maybe
2.
Yeah.
Brings up 3rd down, a very manageable situation for Independence. They'll put him down at the 47-yard line. They gave him 1 on the play.
3rd down.
So you got to think right here, Independence is thinking they got 2 downs to pick this up.
Yeah, definitely 2 down territory here.
So let's see what they'll cook up on this 3rd down in short. Coming up on 8.5 remaining here in the first half of homecoming night here in Coal City. Here's a running play. Nelson spins. He gets to the 45, maybe inside the 45 to the 44, but it'll be 4th down coming up.
And Independence already has the play called in.
Yeah, they gave him 2. They put him down at the 45, and they're going to need 3 yards on this 4th down play. And, your whole playbook is open to you, especially where the ball is at this juncture of the field.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing, you can be sure they'll probably get up to the line, maybe give them a hard count here and see if Mingo's a little anxious because they've been blitzing a lot.
So So on 4th and 3 for Independence at the Mingo Central 45. Green rolls the pocket. Pressure comes. He's in trouble. Makes the throw, and it's going to be incomplete. Even if it was caught, it wasn't enough for a first down. And that time, Mingo Central dials up the heat, and they made it tough on Brock Green.
Yeah, they dialed up the right kind of heat, too, and really got pressure on Brock, and Brock Green was not able to get much on that throw. And as you stated, Maris, as we see on the replay here, even if that is a catch, the cornerback was all over the wide receiver, and that was going to be short of the first down.
So that's a huge stop for Mingo Central, something they desperately needed, and they'll take over now on their own 45-yard line.
Now, can they get something going offensively? Because the defense came through for them, and this is a good field position here on their 45-yard line. And with 7 minutes or 8 minutes to go in this quarter, they got to get something going offensively.
Yeah, this is their best starting field position of any drive. And here's the shotgun snap. There's a throw out in the flat. It's caught, and it's going to be a first down inside the Independence 45-yard line. That was a nice play. Nimi Mills able to take that snap and just get rid of the ball quickly, and they pick up 11 yards and get a first down.
Yeah, and I think on the reception there was Zachary Davis, senior for the team, comes up big and picks up a much-needed first down on that first pass play of the possession.
Yeah, they got 11 yards on the play down to the Independence 44-yard line. And, coming up here on 7.5 minutes, Eric, and it felt like and it feels like that Independence has dominated the game. But if Mingo Central can score here, that kind of changes everything.
Yeah, it changes the complexion of the game.
Here is a quarterback keeper and a nice run down inside the 40. That's a good job that time by Jackson Nimi Mills. A huge gain on first down.
Looks like he got shaken up just a tad.
And that's something that Mingo Central's been needing because they've been getting behind the chains with penalties.
And that's one thing that on this possession that's really good, as you see here on the quarterback keeper. And lucky he got tugged on a little bit there. It looked like he was going to pick up a lot more yards on that play.
He ended up getting 7 on first down, 2nd and 3 from the 37 of Independence. Jackson Nimi Mills waits on the snap. He gets it. It's going to be a running play off the right side. It's a good hard run to first down. Nice run by Dylan Vance. And Vance also, he knows where the end zone is. Coming into tonight's game, he has scored 9 touchdowns. So that's enough to move the chains. And a first down for Mingo Central. And Independence will take a timeout to put the ball down at the 31-yard line. While we got a minute, I want to tell you that tonight's game is brought to you by Michael Frobel. Michael Frobel. He is running for judge. He's a candidate for the circuit judge in the 2nd division. Michael is proud to support the student athletes of Raleigh County and will be proud to have your vote. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Scotty Brown, the agent in Shady Spring, you can dial him up at 681-238-6130. Also, the game brought to you in part by Mamma Mia Giovanni's, where we had our pregame meal. If you're not Italian going in, you'll definitely be Italian going out. The good folks from Giovanni's Mamma Mia. Also tonight, game brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker, 304-256-0101. You can check them out at wvexitelevation.com. Well, Eric, when you get a minute, see if you got some scores that you can pass along.
I can update the Beckley Princeton game. Connor Ray just punched one in the second quarter, 4:55 to go. And Beckley leads Princeton 7-0.
And, of course, Princeton will be here at Coal City next week, and so will you and I, Eric. We will be here. Huntington and South Charleston playing tonight.
And Huntington's up 7-0.
7-0. That's also one of our video production games out of the timeout. It's a first down at the 31 of Independence. There's a running play right up the middle. Good hard run that time by Vance again, down inside the 25. And that was a tough run in between the tackles. So that'll be a second down. He got about 8 on the play.
2nd and 2.
And they'll put him down at the 23-yard line of Independence. 2nd down and 2. Jackson Nimi Mills takes the snap. Here's the running play to the right side. It's a first down and more, and a huge gain down to the 5-yard line. That's Jake Coleman with the run.
And just like I said at the top of this drive, it seems like now some positive plays are giving Mingo some rhythm, and they're actually doing what Independence does. They're getting up and running plays at a rapid rapid pace.
Tempo from the 5-yard line, close to the goal line. Is he in? Haven't seen the officials signal yet, and they're saying no, he's just shy of the goal line. That was a quarterback keeper that time by Jackson Nimmy Mills.
Hey, I don't know how he's shy of the goal line and the ball was laying in the end zone.
Well, all the Mingo Central players had their hands up for touchdowns. Unfortunately for them, they don't count.
Well, let's watch the replay.
He looked like he was in from our view, but once again, we don't count. Second down, they move it ahead, and they're going to say short again.
See, this is going to be one of those stands where, it's tough to run at the teeth of this defense.
And, on that last play, Eric, I don't know, like from our position, there's no way we can tell whether the ball's crossed the goal line or not.
You can't tell. You can't tell.
We surely can.
That's just me
right.
being me, not knowing what I'm talking about.
No, you know what you're talking about, but I'm just saying on that particular play, there was no way to tell whether the ball crossed the goal line or not, and there's a timeout. Well, we got a timeout, Eric, see if you got some scores.
Yeah, a game that we talked about on our podcast earlier in the week, and you gave me a interesting stat that Spring Mills has not given up
any points,
and they've scored 397 points. So right now, Spring Mills is on the road at a University. No, they're hosting University. They're up 14-0 first quarter. Martinsburg on the flip side, pretty much the same as Spring Mills as far as points for and points against, and they lead Washington 16-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Spring Mills and Martinsburg will be hooking up. I saw that. I can't remember. I don't have the schedule in front of me. If not next week, in 2 weeks.
Boy, that's going to be a massive, massive contest right there. And another game of local flavor that we're interested in. Greenbrier West is on the road, and they're losing right now at Petersburg 12-0.
Also, Shady Spring is on the road. They're at Nicholas County. We'll try to get you a score on that. And as you mentioned, Beckley has taken a 7-0 lead on Princeton down in Princeton during the second quarter there. So out of the timeout, it'll be 3rd and goal. The ball right there at the 1-yard line.
No, Nicholas County is at Greenbrier East.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Shady is at Wyoming East.
Wyoming East, yeah.
I beg your pardon. So here's 3rd and goal, quarterback sneak. Is he in? He looks like he's in that time. The whole pile has moved into the end zone, and I would think that is a touchdown, and it is. Yeah, the whole offensive line and everybody from Mingo Central was in the end zone, and that was a good-looking drive. After the defense stepped up big, Eric, and took the ball away from Independence on downs, Mingo Central able to go 55 yards in 8 plays, and the quarterback, Jackson Nimmy Mills, able to sneak it in for the first touchdown of the night. And it looks like, with 5:19 left in the half, that Mingo Central is going to line up and go for 2 here. There's 12 on the play clock, and they are going to go for 2 from the shotgun. Jackson Nimmy Mills, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to get the ball across the goal line. The ball's out. Is he in?
Yeah, I think it broke the plane.
Did they called him? He is down. They say he did. I'm like you. I thought the ball broke the plane, and waiting for a call. And we got a flag on the play, but it looked like he scored.
Yeah, he broke the plane with it right on the replay, but if there was a penalty, illegal shift.
Illegal shift, so if he scored, they've got to back him up 5 and do it again. It all depends on what they called on the field, because he looked like he was definitely in there.
Definitely got across the.
And, of course, if he's short, then Independence will just take the result of the play, but apparently he was in there, so they're going to back the ball back up to the 7 and have a retry here. 5:19 left in the half, 14-6.
We'll have to write that down at the 5:19 mark. That is a crucial
penalty. Yeah. That was a 8-play, 55-yard drive. And now they'll go from 2 after the penalties. They backed them up to about the 7.5, the 8-yard line to go for 2. Here comes the pressure. They're going to throw it up underneath the Burks, and he's going to walk in and get the 2-point conversion. That's a nifty play. And I'll tell you what, that young man, Aiden Burke, he's been a sensational player for Mingo Central.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, when he gets the ball in his hand, he just glides with it. And, this was a heck of a play call right here.
Yes. So your new score with 5:19 left in the half is now Independence 14, Mingo Central 8. Once again, that was a 8-play, 55-yard drive, a 1-yard touchdown run from the quarterback, Jackson Nemi Mills. The two-point conversion good. And, Eric, we got a ball game now as the score is 14-8. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Love to have a nice cold blue can of Pepsi. And, Eric, see if you got some more scores.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through here. A lot of them won't update. Trying to get a score on the Oak Hill game. They're on the road at Buchanan Upshur, but some of those don't report.
So while you're looking for scores, we'll tell you that tonight's game is brought to you by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company. And you can go online. They're a Facebook page at United Coal Company, and you can apply for a job at Infinity Coal Company. So here comes the Mingo Central kickoff. And, another big play in the game that you look back at it now was when Independence had turned the ball over down at the 12-yard line. Here's a little short hop. And across the 20. Rose trying to get to the edge and gets to the 30-yard line, and that's where Independence will set up shop. So that was Brady Rose on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Independence. And the ball will be put down, let's see. They'll put it down at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10 for Independence.
And right here with 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the quarter till halftime, this is Mingo Central will get the ball to start the second half. So this is a big offensive series for the Patriots.
So here's Brock Green from the shotgun. Takes the shotgun snap, throwing the ball deep, and that's incomplete. And looks like the wide receiver zigged, and they threw it to Zag.
Hey, wide receiver did a curl, and the quarterback threw the go.
So on the incompletion, that'll make it 2nd down and 10. And that time, Independence quarterback receiver not on the same page.
Yeah, and I tell you, the Mingo Central's not scared to try to match up little man coverage. The safeties are up in the box, trying to help with the run.
2nd and 10 for Independence on their own 31-yard line. Green, empty, go empty.
Looks like some confusion in the defensive backfield.
Here comes the pressure. Green throws the ball, got a man wide open out there. They make the connection. It's caught to Rose. He's inside the 30, and they drag him down inside the 20-yard line.
And I told you it looked like they were not aligned, and they flipped the corner from the right to the left and just not lined up.
Green throws a dart, and Rose able to go up under it, make the catch, and they'll put him down right at the 20-yard line with a 1st down. That's a 49-yard connection. And, right now I'm guessing there's 3 huge plays that Green's made. He's probably thrown
close to 200 yards.
Close to 200 yards
yes.
here in the first half. The ball down at the 20-yard line of Mingo Central. And once again, they'll go empty. Brock Green's had great success. Throw the ball in the flat. It's caught. Penalty flag. Hold. That's coming back. Is Nelson able to zig and zag his way into the end zone, but that's coming back. And you should never hold, but if you do it, you definitely don't want to do it right in front of the official.
Right in front.
And you were on that even before the official was.
Yeah, it was a big-time hold, right?
Yeah. So,
at the point of attack, they're going to call it. You know?
So that was an easy play to call as that happened, like I said, right here, right basic in front of us here on the near side, and the official right there throwing out the laundry on an easy play to call as you talked about, Eric, and that'll cost Independence a touchdown.
And both teams are getting penalties at the most inopportune times, drive killers. But, if you're Independence, you're still in what's considered the red zone. So
they'll take the ball back to they'll take it from the spot of the foul, so they go back across the 30. And take the ball all the way back. That's a 15-yard penalty. The line of scrimmage was the 20. And they take the ball all the way back to the 35. And it'll be 1st and 25.
Did they call it from the spot?
They called it from the spot. That's why the ball went, because the original line of scrimmage was the 20.
The 20, yes.
Right. So it'll be 1st and 25. Green takes the shotgun snap. Throws the ball deep. He's got man coverage. Got Linkswaller out there. He's up under it for the touch. No, he cannot hang on. He cannot complete the catch. It looked like he had it for the touchdown, and he does not complete the catch.
Yeah, right on the money. Just can't seem to reel it in.
But a well-thrown ball by Brock Green, and Linkswaller wished he had it back, but looked like the defender maybe knocked it out right at the last second.
Yeah, he got that hand in at the last second and didn't give up on the play.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 25 for Independence at the Miners' 35-yard line. Clock stops, 4.5 to go till halftime on the incompletion. Once again, they'll go empty. Here comes the pressure.
Same
Green
play.
sets up, throws, and the pressure cost that errant throw, and it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, they're getting some heat on him a little bit right there, and had to get rid of it way faster than he would like.
So from the 35, and you think here you want to be able to get manageable and perhaps try a field goal. I know they missed a field goal earlier.
The thing is, offenses, I like Independence's rhythm sometime, but right now I think they're falling in love with the pass. Line up and run it. You have a tremendous running back, and give him a chance to.
Yeah, Silas Nelson's he's had some nice runs tonight. He's scored a couple of times already. So on 3rd down, and now we got maybe a timeout, Mingo Central. And while we got a timeout, I want to tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. They're having a Halloween party a week from tomorrow on Saturday, October the 26th. And it's going to be a howling good party, Eric. How about that? And if I go, I don't have to dress up. I just go as my normal ugly self, and I can frighten everybody there. And you can call them for reservations at 304-253-7328. Also, tonight's game brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, the country store, locations in Beckley and Princeton. Okay, Eric, have you got some more scores for us?
Well, I'm going to give you an update for the Beckley game. Beckley's A.J. Thomas just picked one off, ran it back for a touchdown, but they called a defensive hold on the play and brought it back. So still 7-0, but Beckley with the ball driving. And in the AAA ranks, in Bridgeport laying it on. Man, Bridgeport's going to be hard to beat, Maris. They're just really hard to beat.
We'll get that score after this play. So out of the timeout, Green empty on 3rd and long to throw. Gets hit as he throws, then makes the connection, Linksweiler. And they'll get him down at the 15-yard line and bring up 4th down. But, Eric, almost where they were at when actually the 16, and try to make it if they elect to try to attempt a field goal, it'll be from 32 yards.
Well, I think that Mingo's going to have to make some adjustments, because that's the same exact play that they ran for the big gainer Independence did earlier in the first quarter. And Mingo Central's not adjusting to that at all.
Yeah, and I think Independence is going to go for it. They have the ball at the 16, and they've got to get the ball down to the 10-yard line. So it's going to be – and they're taking a lot of time. They might call a timeout here. There's 10 on the play clock. And if you're Independence, I think that's what they're going to do, Eric. There's 4:19 left in the half. They're going to take a timeout and discuss what play they're going to run here. It'll be 4th down and 6 from the 16, and what a huge play coming up after the break. But let's see if you've
the Bridgeport score I was going to give you was Preston. Is that Bridgeport? It's 36-0 in the first quarter. Scott, Independence opponent, is up on Polka 7-0 in the first quarter.
You and I, we called Polka at Liberty the first game of the season. We had Scott here at Independence about a month ago.
And we thought that would be a good contest.
Right, 7-0 the lead there. Huntington also playing tonight, and Huntington is up 14-0 on South Charleston. Also, Bluefield's playing Grayson, Virginia on video productions. There was no score the last time we checked in on that.
And Fairmont Senior's up 42-0 over Elkins in the second quarter.
So, Eric, what do you think Independence is going to dial up here? I think they're going to throw the ball here.
I think something out of the backfield to Silas Nelson. I wouldn't go empty. I'd put him maybe to the right or left of the quarterback, because they're going to bring some heat, and I would just do a little dump off to Silas Nelson, and I think you get a score here.
Well, the way this game started, it looked like Independence
was going to attempt a kick.
Yep, they are going to try a field goal. They thought
of
it.
They had plenty of leg on the last one.
So they put the ball down at the 24-yard line, make this a 34-yard attempt for Cuthbert. Their snap is down. What do we got? We got a flag.
Offsides. It's going to be, encroachment.
And what a huge play if it is. It is on Mingo Central, and that'll make it 4th and 1. I'm sure Independence will put their offense back on the field.
Definitely go for it now.
Yeah. What a huge mistake for Mingo Central to jump on that.
The whole right side of the defensive line.
And, you got to be thinking.
You're not.
Well, here's the thing I'm thinking. He missed a field goal before, so there's no need to jump. You say, hey, we'll take our chances.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 4th and 1, and that's a huge penalty, a huge mistake by Mingo Central. The ball goes down to the 11-yard line, 4th and 1. You could probably run Green, or like I said, you can run Nelson. You could do a lot of things here in this situation. A big break for Independence. Mingo Central on a field goal attempt jumps off sides from 4th and 6 to 4th and 1. They'll give it second man through. That's a first down, and down inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal. And that penalty is going to end up costing Mingo Central really big if Independence is able to score on this.
Yeah, it looks like a man down for Mingo. He's slow to get up, and good sportsmanship by both teams helped him up a little bit. And that mental mistake right there is probably going to cost Mingo Central 6 here. You had a chance to, force a field goal and at least get the ball back down 17-8, and now you got a chance to be down 21-8.
So here's Nelson from the 7. He runs up inside. He gets down near the goal line. It looked like the ball might have came out, but Independence back on it. The ball's down about the 1-yard line. But that ball looked like it popped out.
About 6.
So they'll put him down at the 1 and make it 2nd and goal from the 1. Clock turning, coming up on 3.5 here in the first half. At halftime, the Massey Power Sports halftime show. We'll recap Brock Green behind the lineman. A quarterback sneak. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. That's an 8-play, 69-yard drive. And Independence able to get a touchdown, and they were aided out by a big 4th and 6. On 4th and 6, Mingo Central jumping off sides on what was going to be a field goal attempt that made it 4th and 1. Independence picks up the first down, and now they get the touchdown with 3:29 left in the half, and they take the lead to 20-8.
And as you hear the fireworks go off here in Coal City, and Mingo Central has to say that, man, shot ourselves in the foot, because played a great series and hold them to a field goal, and the penalty gives them a 4th and 1, and they're able to score 2 plays after.
They have an injured player, Mingo Central. They got him off the field there. Cubbert trying to tack on the 21st point, and that's a huge play in this game. Mingo Central jumping off sides on that field goal attempt. There's a flag. They blow it dead. What do we got? If they blow it dead, you got to think that maybe
encroachment again.
Yep, they've jumped off sides, and now will Independence maybe like to go for 2 here? Yeah, I don't understand why they would, on these kicks, why they think that they got to jump off sides. So let's see what Independence is going to elect to do.
I mean, that's half the distance. I think.
Yeah, put the ball to 1.
Yeah, put it at the 1, and I go for it.
Go for 2 here, and I think that's what and that's what they're going to elect to do. Put their offense back on the field. So another critical mistake in the special teams, jumping off sides twice, once on a field goal attempt and now on an extra point attempt. And now they'll move the ball up to the 1, and Independence will put its offense back out there. You got Brock Green trotting out there. And let's see if they'll elect to run a quarterback sneak like they did for the touchdown, or will they call number 12, Silas Nelson's number here. And it'll be Brock Green, same play, same result. He's into the end zone, and they get the 2-point conversion. So those penalties cost him 8 points.
At 8 points, and that's a big swing of momentum here with 3:29 to go in the first half.
And your new score is 22-8, as Eric told you, 3:29 left in the half. That was a 8-play, 69-yard drive, and you had Brock Green, a 1-yard touchdown run. And then on the penalty, by moving it up to the 1, Brock Green, the 1-yard 2-point conversion. So he got a couple 1-yard plunges for the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and it takes the lead out to 22-8.
And the way the big guys block up front for Independence, anytime it's 4th and 1 or I think if favorable down in distance, they're going to go for it.
Scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Love to have me an ice cold Pepsi, and I think, Eric, at halftime while you're giving off the first half stats, I'm going to dip into the blue cans and a nice blue can of Pepsi. Well, now it'll be Mingo Central. They'll get the ball back. They've got a couple timeouts in their pocket. 3:29 left in the half as they await on the Independence kickoff. Independence scored the first 2 touchdowns, got up 14-0. Mingo Central cut the lead to 14-8. And now Independence able to score on that latest drive to add to their lead to make it 22-8. And here comes the kickoff. It's a good kick. It's deep. And we got a whistle. And what do we got?
It has to be against Independence.
Yeah, because I don't think Independence kicked it off before the officials were ready, maybe, and that'll cost them 5. But that was a great kick. I don't see a flag out there, but they definitely blew it dead. So So maybe it's not a penalty. Maybe they just weren't ready. Because the tee is still on the 40. And like I said, I don't see a penalty flag. So I guess that, everything's okay on our end. We're out of the commercial.
Yeah.
Everything's fine with us. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Haven Fogg on camera. Of course, we got the stat genius, Mr. Chris Farish. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. And I think that it's like, wait a minute. We didn't give you the we're ready yet. We didn't give them the ready yet sign. And we'll try it again. Now we're ready. And here comes the kickoff. And that'll be a squibber right down the middle. And now we blow this one dead. And what's up with this? Now there's a flag. Now I do see the flag, and there's offsides on Independence. Wow. You take a lot of things for granted, Eric. You think these simple things that teams wouldn't make these type of mistakes, especially this late in the year.
Season.
Yes.
It's one thing we talked about, and it's got a little things like this in big games. 5 yards mean a lot. You're going to back it up, and this it's going to cause you to kick it different maybe.
Well, that might give Mingo Central a bigger return. They rock to a little AC/DC, and now what do we got? Now the officials are going to have a meeting, or one official, the side judge meeting with the referee.
Okay, got some halftime scores here. Beckley 7, Princeton nothing at halftime. Martinsburg 23, Washington 0. Spring Mills 21 gave up their first points of the year. Wow. University 3.
Wow. Haven't given up a touchdown, but they did give up a field goal.
Oh, this is a good one. The Metro News Class 4A game of the week. Parkersburg South hosting Morgantown 7-7 in the second quarter.
And now look where, as Burke able to catch that kickoff, he didn't want to go down. But
lucky he went down because he was going to
Well, but they still get the ball across the 40, and they're going to have the ball Mingo Central at the 43-yard line. So from the 43, it'll be 1st and 10.
So that was 3 kickoffs on that.
The first one didn't count, which was a booming kick.
The second one was a penalty.
The second was a penalty. Now the third one here. So from the 43-yard line, it'll be Mingo Central with the first down. And let's see what Jackson Nimmy Mills will cook up with. See what he will have cooking in the kitchen here on this first down play from his own 43-yard line. Takes the shotgun snap. Pressure comes, throws it in the flat. It's caught. There's some running room on the far side. Crosses midfield and the first down and ran out of bounds. That's a nice play. Didn't quite see who held that in.
I think that was the running back out of the backfield for Mingo Central.
Trying to see who that is.
And that's going to be Dylan Vance.
Vance. Hard runner as he made the connection. Crosses the 45 down to the 43-yard line of Independence. So from their own 43 to the Patriot 43 in one play.
And this is that formation right here. Trips to the right where they've run the little screen.
Maybe changing the play. Vance is the running back. He's to the left of Jackson Nimmy Mills. Mills from the shotgun takes the snap, looks to throw deep, got a man out there, good coverage. He had a man out there, which is his go-to guy, which is Burke, but that was well covered.
Yeah, well covered, and I don't think Burke really saw the ball or thought it was coming to him because it seems like he let up on the route.
Well, they look like they may have changed the play, and maybe they weren't all on the same page with that.
I think you're exactly right, and a little heat was coming on the QB as well.
The clock stops on the incompletion, 3:14 left in the half. So it's 22-8. Independence scored the first 14, made it 14-0. Mingo Central made it 14-8. Independence had a drive, and the drive, they were really going to settle for a field goal, and it was aided by a penalty by Mingo Central that allowed Independence to score. Here's a pass out in the flat. It's caught going back the other way. There's some running room, or it looked like it was going to be running room, and what looked like was going to be a big play really doesn't go for much.
Looks like a little extracurricular after the play on Mingo Central here.
And that was Blankenship on the catch. And like I said, that only got a yard. It looked like it was going to go for much more than what it did. And it only goes to the 42 of Independence. And we got a penalty.
It's going to be a hold.
And that's going to back them up. And that's the fourth holding penalty on Mingo Central in this first half. So we'll wait for them to mark it off and make it second down again and see where they'll put the ball down at. The ball's going to come back across midfield to the 49-yard line. So from their own 49, it'll be second down. They'll have to, they got third, they'll have to flip the down marker back over to second. Even though the down marker still says third across the way. It is actually second down. And now, and maybe that's what, now Independent's going to call a timeout. But the down marker says third, not, and he said holding. If it's holding, they would get the play over.
Get the play over, yes.
So the down marker says third, but it should be second. So, Eric, you got some more scores for us?
Let me try to pull them up here for you, Mares. Okay, in the 4A ranks, Willing Park hosting Butler, PA. They're up 21-6. See if we can catch some AA scores. Oh, big one tomorrow, Maris. Williamstown and Frankfort playing each other in AA. And Willing Central 21 and Pitts Carrick, Pennsylvania 12. And that, as we stated, that Scott Polka game, Scott hosting Polka is still 7-0. James Monroe on the road at Midland Trail, and James Monroe up 21-0 in the first quarter.
So out of the timeout, Eric, like I said, they've got third down on the down marker, third down on the scoreboard. The only way that could be third down, and like I said, unless that was a dead ball foul, but they called holding, which they backed them up, should get down over.
The signal was holding.
Right. The signal the officials gave was holding, but they still have third down, but it should be second if that's the case of holding. So let's see what Mingo Central will cook up as Aiden Hatfield. I knew they had a Hatfield on the team. Here's a little razzle-dazzle. Vance, and he gets knocked out of bounds here on the near side below us about the 46-yard line of Independence. So they flipped fourth down, and apparently it is fourth down. I don't understand that or why it would be fourth down because they gave the K of holding.
That's why Independence took the timeout, probably.
Yeah. So it's going to bring fourth down.
And this is danger time for this Mingo Central team. 2:53, 3 minutes to go in the quarter, and Independence getting the ball back.
Here comes the punt. The line of scrimmage is the 46-yard line of Independence. There's the kick. It's a line drive. It's caught. Bradbury, he crosses the 30, comes back from the far side here to the near side. He spins, trying to get to the edge, and he gets up to the 35-yard line. And that's a nice return as he was zigging and zagging all over the place on that one. So Independence will have still plenty of timeouts, especially with their big strike offense with 2:37 left in the half.
Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. It'll be first and 10 Patriots.
So Independence will have it on their own 35-yard line.
And you're right, Maris. I look for Independence to take advantage of some coverages and try to go up top as they go empty here. This is the play they haven't defended the whole game.
They throw it short to the near sideline, and the ball is caught by Cuppert, and they'll run him out of bounds. Cuppert on the catch. He'll get across the 40 and put the ball down at the 41-yard line. So he'll get 6 on first down, and more importantly, Eric, he got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, smart headsy play by Micah Cuthbert, getting the ball out of bounds and saving some time.
They have 2 timeouts left as Independence. You can tell Cuthbert coach's son. So from their own 41, Green back in the shotgun. Takes the snap, pumps, and flush him out of the pocket. Ball's going to be maybe a tad underthrown, and there's a flag. And what made that play? By having the ball a little underthrown.
Yeah, the heat on the QB made that ball, didn't get quite on it what he needed to, but yet and still picks up a big 15-yard penalty.
Trying to get the ball out there to a Linksweiler, and that's a 15-yard penalty. And that'll get the ball across midfield And Independence in great field position and plenty of time left, and 2 timeouts with 2:26 left here in the first half. The ball will be moved inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line of Mingo Central.
I think here, if you're Mingo Central, you have to soften up a little bit. They've completely gone, Independence gone to the passing game as they hand it off here. And you got to give your corners some help.
It's not going to get much.
I guess it's kind of pick your poison. I think Mingo's really focused on stopping the run.
That ball will go back to the 45-yard line. It lost a yard on the play. 2nd and 11.
Can't afford to give up a touchdown here if you're Mingo Central.
So from the shotgun is Brock Green. Looks like Mingo Central's dialing up pressure. They back out of it. Green's got time. He throws. He throws a little high.
Flag.
Trying to get the ball to Dalton Atkins, and you're right. Here come the flags flying, and you said it before the officials got it out.
Yeah, you just can't. This day and time, back when we played, you could do it. You could unload on the guy. The ball's over the head. No need for that.
No need to hit him, and ball was uncatchable, but it doesn't matter. You can't hit a defenseless receiver like that.
Definitely defenseless, and that's one of those plays. Young man probably would like to have back, but grand scheme of things, you can't do that.
So they'll tack on 15 more yards with that penalty, and that'll take the ball down to the 30-yard line. And, 2 big penalties already on this drive, and Mingo Central has had their share of penalties in this first half. While we got a minute, we'll tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Michael Frobel. Michael Frobel is a candidate for the circuit judge in the 2nd Division. Michael is proud to support student-athletes of Raleigh County. So the ball will go down to the 30-yard line. It'll be a first down from the Mingo Central 30.
So that's 30 yards in penalties on this drive. And, you're already back against the wall in Mingo Central. You can't aid this Independence offense.
That's right.
You just can't give them free yards and free downs. And
they're too good. They're hard enough to stop, let alone when you're giving them big chunks of yards.
Well, these 2 penalties could be the penalties that bury. I know you have 2 quarters left, but you can't afford to give up 6 here.
Well, I think the biggest penalty was when they held Independence. Independence is getting ready to kick a field goal. You jump off sides, makes it 4th and 1 instead of 4th and 6. They get it, and they go in and score.
And then that momentum's right back on Independence's side here.
From the 30-yard line, Green takes the snap. He'll throw the ball to Linksweiler. Linksweiler makes the catch down inside the 10. He's not done yet. He drags 2 defenders. But I think we're going to have a face mask as he gets the ball down to the 1-yard line. I don't know if they can put the ball any closer to the goal line, Eric, but you got to call it because it was a face mask.
Yeah. Linksweiler said, get on my back. I'm going to take you for a ride up here.
All the way down to the 1 as we watch it right here.
He catches that at the 15?
And he just carries the defenders, and right there they yank him down by the face mask as he gets to the 1-yard line. So I don't think they can put the ball any closer to the goal line.
That reminds me of a play that we called years ago. You know what I'm talking
about? Yes, I do. So the ball, like I said, Eric, it is as close to the goal line without being in the end zone.
Yeah, this is going to be another easy
Brock Green
touchdown.
Green scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And pretty much out of the same formation, just a quarterback sneak just follows that big line.
It's the Patriots tush push is what it is.
And there it is, a touchdown. And Independence able to go 65 yards in 4 plays. They were aided by 3 big penalties. Of course, that was a connection anyway, but 2 big penalties, 30 of the 65 yards were penalties.
30 of 65 yards, I mean, almost half of the yards in penalties. You just can't do that and beat a good team. You can't do that and beat
a middle of the road
team. You just can't make mistakes.
That takes the lead to 28-8. And the point after, it's up. It looks good, and it is good. And is there a penalty on roughing the kicker? I don't see a flag. But nevertheless, the kick is good.
That definitely could have been, though.
It could have been. So your new score with 1:44 left in the half is Independence 29 and Mingo Central 8. The drive was 65 yards in 4 plays, a Brock Green 1-yard run, the PAT good, and that makes the score 29-8. Beg your pardon, the PAT is not good, and that keeps the score at 28-8.
28-8.
But nevertheless, a 4-play, 65-yard drive. It ends with a Brock Green 1-yard touchdown run. The PAT is no good. It's been confirmed. So with 1:44 left in the half, your new score is 28-8 in favor of Independence. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. And right there, Eric, it was 14-8 after Mingo Central had scored, but then Independence able to regain the momentum and score back-to-back touchdowns.
Yeah, and it seemed like, and you stated the momentum factor, and I think it seemed like the momentum at 14-8 was on Mingo Central's side, and they had some rhythm on offense, and now it's back to out of reach for them.
Ball's kicked out of bounds. That'll be a penalty on Independence. And, well, look how many special team kickoff penalties we've had here tonight.
Well, we had 3 two on the last kickoff, and so that's 3 in the last 2 kickoffs.
So, to me, where this game switched, it looked like Mingo Central had the momentum, but when they jumped off sides on a field goal attempt on 4th and 6, that made it 4th and 1. Independence able to convert the 4th down, then go get a touchdown, and then 2 big penalties on that last drive that aided Independence, and they were able to get in the end zone again, and they lead 28-8. So from the 35 is where Mingo Central will start this possession. So 1st and 10 for the Miners. Jackson Nemi Meals, the quarterback. 1:44 for the half. There's a pass in the flat, and it comes up short, and able to short hop the intended receiver. And the receiver over there is Aiden Burke, who's had a good first half.
So you better watch out if you're Mingo Central, because Independence has 1 timeout in their pocket, and the incomplete passes are stopping the clock. You're going to have to punt to them.
Well, they still got 2nd down here. Let's see what they do.
That's what I'm saying. But you can't keep stopping the clock, though.
Yeah, if you're right. They've got to make the connection. Nemi Mills takes the snap. Here's a running play. Gets the ball just shy of the 40.
And I think that's a smart play. No matter what, you're keeping that clock churning right now. And you'll make them either have to use a timeout. If you don't pick up this 1st down, you can run a lot of clock.
So that was Vance on the carry. The clock turning. 1:20 and counting. It'll be 3rd down and 6. You don't want to have to punt it back to them, but you don't want to maybe take the risk of stopping the clock on an incompletion.
Exactly right, and that's decisions, because it's getting ready to tick under 1 minute here.
Yeah, they're going to try to maybe run the play clock down as we're coming up on a minute remaining in the half. And Mingo Central doesn't appear to be in any hurry.
Yeah, they're going to go at 10 here.
Yeah, 7 on the play clock. And 3rd and 6 coming up. There's the snap. It's going to be a running play. And if you're Mingo Central, you want to stay in bounds. And he looks like they knocked him out of bounds. Good job by Independence, because it's going to be 4th down, and Mingo Central's going to have to punt.
Boy, he didn't get it, but that was some tough running right there as the running back. And this is something you don't want to see. I think Riddle was down for Independence here. As you look here, Maris turning the corner, he brought the pain here on this run.
The ball's out. They're going to call a personal foul on Mingo Central at the end of the play. And once again, Mingo Central's had all sorts of penalties in this first half. And that's going to back them up, and they're going to have to punt the ball to Independence with 43.7 seconds left here in the first half, and Independence in front, 28-8.
And I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even see what the personal foul was.
I didn't either. It looked like it came maybe
after the play.
After the play. But it's going to back them up. It's a dead ball foul, so the down will count. And make it 4th down in punt time. Personal foul, Mingo Central. So you look, Eric, on the last drive, 2 big 15-yard penalties on defense, and on this drive, a big 15-yard penalty here.
Yeah, just not very disciplined, and things you can't have happen. You're creating a lot of mistakes. You're digging a hole for yourselves.
Well, now the clock, if I'm Mingo Central, I would just run the clock all the way down. There's 35 seconds left in the half. And they're actually going to go for it, which surprises me. They don't want to punt it, but the clock's going to stop on the change of possession, and Independence is going to get the ball at the 30-yard line. I'm surprised that they didn't kick it. I beg your pardon, that was 3rd down.
Yeah.
Well, no, that should have been,
that was 4th.
I guess it's 4th down. I guess that was not a dead ball foul. So I beg your pardon on that, ladies and gentlemen. Heavy hitter Mr. Nick Eskins, the producing director, straightened me out on that.
And that will take it into halftime.
And that's the end of the first half. So at the break here at homecoming here at Independence High School in Coal City, The Independence faithful very happy cheering their team off the field. Independence leads 28-8. Take a minute break, come back, and get you ready for the Massey Power Sports halftime show here on Video Productions.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Let the sunshine in. Get started today with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. What better way to do that than our energy-efficient windows and doors for every budget and style? We offer superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price. We offer great financing options too. So why wait? Transfer your home today with Window World of Beckley and let the sun shine in.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
And we welcome you back to Coal City, West Virginia. We're here at the Massey Power Sports halftime show, and at the break, Independence is in front of Mingo Central 28-8. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. We have the stat genius, Mr. Chris Farish, on hand, and Haven Fogg running camera tonight. Well, Eric, it looked like two different quarters, and with a little bit of Mingo Central mixed in the middle. Independence got off to a good start. They scored on two of their first three possessions. They got up 14-0. Looked like they were going to run away and hide from Mingo Central. Mingo Central able to score 14-8, and then Mingo Central started to make a lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes, and the half closes out with Independence scoring two more touchdowns and take a 28-8 lead to the locker room.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. I think Independence garnered all the momentum in that first quarter. They had three possessions, scored on two, turned one over. Mingo Central fought back, battled back to 14-8. And just when you thought they were back in the game, they had a bunch of penalties, and Independence capitalized on every mistake that Mingo Central made to blow this out to a 20-point lead right now.
And you also take a look at the first half. Independence also fumbled the ball. They had a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line and fumbled the ball. And then they also missed a field goal. So they had two other opportunities to put points on the board, and they weren't able to, but still they opened up a 20-point lead.
Yeah, and the thing is, and you even said, I think the key point in that second quarter was when it was 14-8, and Independence was going to settle
for a field goal.
It was 4th and 6.
Right.
You get not only one encroachment, you get two, and wound up giving up 8 points because they scored off of the first one, and then they were going to kick the extra point, and you jump again, and they go for two.
Yeah.
So just things you can't have happen, and self-inflicted wounds by Mingo Central.
I think any coach would agree. If you line up and the other team is just bigger, better, faster, stronger, whatever the case may be, and Independence is really good, but if you just get beat by them that way, that's one thing. But you can't help them, aid them along, and just mental mistakes by, like you said, just jumping off sides and just not really engaged into the game.
Yeah, things that you can't have happen this deep in the season, especially against this caliber of opponent. And Mingo Central, if they go back and watch this film, when they do, I mean, a lot of game to be left. I'm not saying the game is over, but I think the halftime adjustments they have to make is stop making self-inflicted wounds and mistakes. I mean, it's just it's really frustrating, probably for the coach that, just those mental mistakes.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break here at the Massey Power Sports halftime show on this homecoming night here at Independence. The Patriots are in front of the Mingo Central Miners 28-8, and Eric will have the numbers of the first half when we return here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
When you're about to go on the most important journey, it matters who you choose to start it with. From your very first prenatal appointment, Access Health's dedicated team is here to support you with the latest technology and personalized care. Preparing for your little one's arrival is a special time. And when the big day arrives, you can be confident knowing you have the same team to guide and support you. Access Health, your partner in health every step of the way.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School here this homecoming night as we welcome you back into the Massey Power Sports halftime show at the break. Independence in front of Mingo Central 28-8. Before we get into the numbers, tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Edward Jones, your financial advisor. Heather Cantley is my financial advisor, and she can be your financial advisor as she can help you discuss current CD and money market rates. You can call Heather at 681-254-0097. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Giovanni's Mamma Mia. If you're not Italian going in, you'll be Italian coming out. And that's where we had our pregame meal, Leicester Square and Sophia. Go see the good folks at Giovanni's. So 28-8, the halftime lead for Independence. And, Eric, you have the numbers of the first half.
Okay, in first half stats, Maris, Independence was able to churn out 290 yards of total offense, led by Brock Green in the air, and you were right on it. We said it had to be around 200 yards. He was 7 of 12 for 201 yards in the first half. No touchdowns, but the key stat is no interceptions, really protecting the ball. And 89 yards of rushing offense, led by the 87 from Silas Nelson. He has 2 touchdowns on 14 carries. To lead the way for Independence. The leading receiver for Independence is Linksweiler, who has 3 catches for he's the second leading receiver. They have 2 receivers approaching 100 yards. Linksweiler with 95 on 3 catches and Rose with 96 on 2 catches. For the Mingo Central Miners, they are led on the night with 125 yards of total rushing in the first half, 47 passing for 172 total yards. Nene Mills leads the way. He's 6 of 11 for 47 yards and 1 interception. And on the ground, not much to speak of. They have 2 guys in the 30s rushing. Vance has 33 yards rushing on 10 carries, and Burke has 36 yards on 1 carry.
Yeah,
to lead the way.
And Eric, you mentioned Nelson. How many yards did you say he had rushing?
He has 87 yards on 14 carries.
So he came in with 818 yards. So he's getting ever closer to that 1,000 mark plateau for the season. He came in scoring 14 touchdowns on the ground. He had 2 more tonight, so he's got 16 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, and so I think in the second half you're going to see a heavy dose of Nelson carrying the rock. I'd say you see 10 to 12 more carries out of him tonight.
28-8 is the lead for Independence as our halftime rolls on. It's homecoming here at Independence on a beautiful Friday night here in October. We'll take a break and come back as the Massey Power Sports halftime show will continue here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
If you need a lawyer, then you need a lawyer who's in it to win it. You need Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler. We have a track record of winning millions for our clients. At Hill, Peterson, Carper, B. & Ditzler, we're in it to win it.
Seconds on the clock. He hands it off. Finds a hole in the middle. Clear. Nothing but incredible. A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza. Better with Pepsi.
Welcome back to the Massey Power Sports halftime show here at Coal City. Independence in front, 28-8 over Mingo Central. And Eric's going to give you some scores, and they'll be brought to you in part by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can call Scotty Brown, 681-238-6130. And also being brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. You can have a howling good time. They're having a Halloween party next Saturday, October 26th from 10 to midnight, and $17 per person. You can dial them up at 304-253-7328 for reservations. For scores, here's Eric.
Okay, we're going to start in the 4A ranks. Spring Mills hosting University. Spring Mills comes in at number 1 this week in the polls. They're up on University 21-6. Martinsburg on the road at Washington, and Martinsburg 30, Washington 0 in the third quarter. Huntington 38, South Charleston nothing in the second quarter. And Willing Park laying the wood to Butler, PA, 44-6 in the third quarter. And the AAA ranks, the big dogs are still rolling as Fairmont Senior and Bridgeport are having a scoring fest, trying to match one another. Fairmont Senior is out on the road at Elkins. They lead 49-0 at halftime. And Bridgeport said, we're going to one-up you. We're going to lead Preston 50-0 at halftime.
Wow.
I mean, those teams are just
going to be – they're scoring machines.
Scoring machines. And a game of interest in this area, Woodrow Wilson on the road at Princeton. They're knotted up at 7 in the third quarter. Oak Hill on the road at Buchanan Upshur in the third quarter. This is kind of a tight game. Oak Hill 7, Buchanan Upshur nothing. Spring Valley is at Capital. Spring Valley 10, Capital 7. Still no update on the Nicholas County game, so We'll go to other AA scores of interest. Have the game that you're watching here, Independence up 28-8 at halftime over Mingo Central. Wayne hosting Chapmanville, Wayne 14, Chapmanville 7. Wheeling Central hosting Pittscarroll, PA, and they're leading. Wheeling Central's leading 35-12. No update on the Westside Summers County game, Maris, and Scott Polka update here. Scott has really blown the doors off of Polka in the second quarter. It's 28-0.
And actually, while you were giving that score, we had it on the screen. Scott just scored again, so they've taken that lead from 28-34. They hadn't kicked the extra point yet, but they at least got 34 now.
Okay, another area team is James Monroe, 34 on the road at Midland Trail, 0 shutting out Midland Trail. And the game that we previewed on our podcast, Maris, is this Greenbrier West game. They went on the road to, to Petersburg. And, what a tight one. 28-26 Petersburg leads at halftime.
Also, we have Cabell Midland on video productions tonight, and they were in front of Parkersburg. Let's get that score. Cabell Midland was up 28. We saw the Cabell Midland score. We got to get the Parkersburg score.
Yeah,
I think it was 28-21.
Cabell Midland was on the, pick up their first victory last week, and I'll get it right here. I'll pull it up here. Cabell Midland 21, Parkersburg 7.
No, that's not right. We've updated it. It's Cabell Midland's got 28. I think it's 28-21. We were looking at it just a minute ago. If we can get our producer and director, Nick Eskins, to pull it back up. It's okay if he doesn't, but I think it's 28-21, but we'll get that caught up. Anyway, while we work on all that and maybe get us some refreshments, we're going to take a halftime break and kind of regroup and get ready for the second half. It's 28-8 in favor of Independence, and we'll be right back with the second half coming up here on Video Productions.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckman. We won't be beat.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's. Means handling every little problem.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Let the sunshine in. Get started today with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. What better way to do that than our energy-efficient windows and doors for every budget and style? We offer superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price.
And we welcome you back to Coal City, West Virginia, here on homecoming night here at Independence High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The stat genius, Chris Farish on hand. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. And tonight we have Haven Fogg, who's on camera. And Eric, we're moments away from starting the second half. 28-8 on this beautiful, crisp Friday night in October here. And as I mentioned in the first half, when the sun was out and making our way to the stadium here tonight, just coming up the hill, for people that are not familiar with Independence High School and their campus, Coal City, you come up this steep hill, and with the fall foliage and the sun, it was a beautiful setting on the way to the stadium here tonight.
Yeah, great night to view a football game, and the Independence Patriot fans really filed in here, and good following from Mingo Central as well. And we knew this was going to be a good game early on, but I think Mingo Central would like to have a few of those penalties back. It really helped dig themselves a big hole.
Yeah, Independence scored the first 2 touchdowns, got up 14-0. Mingo Central got a touchdown, 2-point conversion, cut it to 14-8. Looked like they had the momentum. Independence was driving, and then Independence was ready to attempt their second field goal. They missed an earlier field goal. It was 4th and 6. And then they jumped off sides, did Mingo Central, and that made it 4th and 1. Independence able to convert the first down and then get a touchdown. And then on the PAT from placement, Mingo Central jumped off sides, and then Independence was able to go for 2.
And if I would think circle any one sequence of that first half, I think that was it in a nutshell, because you did what you had to do to hold them to 3, an attempt, and it wasn't a given.
Right.
And you said something that I never really thought about. Why rush? I wouldn't even rush. I would tell my guys, just make sure they don't run a fake.
Right.
And don't even attempt to try to go block.
It was a 34-yard kick. The line of scrimmage was a 16.
And he'd already missed.
Right, he'd already missed one.
Not because of the kick, but just because of the hold. A lot of things have to go right in the special teams for that to make that.
But even if they make it, so you're down 17-8, you're in striking distance. But now, then to lose a momentum and give up a touchdown, and then jump off sides on the PAT and give up 2-point conversion.
And it really, like you said, it changed the complexion of the game.
Yes. And, Eric, Mingo Central will get the ball to start the second half. I think they got to score on the first possession.
Yes, they don't score here.
Because I don't think any team that plays Independence wants to get in a shootout. Independence is too explosive on offense.
Yeah, and plus you know what they do when Independence, they're like a shark in the water. When they taste blood, they're gonna really come after you. And right now, up 20 points. Look for this first half. I mean, the beginning of the second half defense. They're gonna really, I think, apply
gear
pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna gear it up.
So we're waiting for the captains to meet at the center of the field. And, I say this all the time. We have 20-minute halves, and then they put 3 more minutes on the clock. So in turn, we have 23-minute halves. And I say this to referees all the time, Eric. Then why don't they just put, A, 23 minutes on the clock and run it down, or B, why don't they tell the teams you need to come out at 17 so you have 3 minutes to warm up?
Right.
But because it's homecoming, they didn't put any extra time on the clock. The halftime's no longer for homecoming than it is any other time.
They had it real organized homecoming, and you're right. They do it at all the games we go to.
All the games we go to. All right, so it will be Mingo Central that will receive the second half kick. 28-8, the Independence lead. And each team will get around their coaches for their final instructions before we start the second half. Of course, Eric, next Friday we'll be right back here at Coal City. It'll be Princeton against Independence. You and I will have that. Bill O'Brien will be across town. He'll have Beckley and Spring Valley. And the last score we got was 7-7 between Beckley and Princeton.
I just got an update. Princeton just went ahead 14-7.
So as soon as I said that, Princeton has now taken their first lead of the night. They lead Beckley 14-7. That game being played down at Princeton. Like I said, we'll have Princeton next week here, and our other crew, as I mentioned, Bill O'Brien will be at Van Meter Stadium in Beckley, and it'll be Spring Valley and Beckley next Friday night.
Yeah, and Princeton has scored 14 unanswered points, and that's really a problem right now for Beckley. The type of offense they run, if they fall behind too much, and that was points off a turnover as Beckley was driving and turned the ball over.
And, we talk about it all the time, Eric. Turnovers and penalties, they are momentum killers, drive killers, and sometimes they can be game killers. So we're ready to start the second half. Mingo Central getting their final instructions from their coaching staff across the way. Independence now sprints out onto the field ready to tee it up. And we are moments away from starting the second half. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. Got the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Haven Fogg on camera, and the stat genius, Mr. Chris Farish, with stats. So, Eric, here we go. Cuthbert's got it teed up on the 40, and we are ready to get the second half underway. The young man here on the near side, Aiden Burks, had a big first half for Mingo Central. Actually, they got 3 guys back. Over on the far side, you got Aiden Hatfield. So you've got Aiden Burke on the near side, Aiden Hatfield on the far side. I think that's Vance in the middle, and it's going to be taken by Burke. He fumbled the ball, got that big hop, crosses the 30. He's got room. This may go. Crosses midfield. One man to beat to the 30. Inside to the 20. Zigging and zagging on his way to the end zone. It will be a touchdown on the second half kickoff. No penalty flags, and just like that, Aiden Burke strikes. And I said that Mingo Central had a score on the first drive, and they score on the second half kickoff.
Hey, but you know, in true fashion, when the ball is bobbled right here, it caused them, I think, Independence to check up. And once he got it, he was off to the races. But this is a nifty move right here.
Yes.
Yeah, he put him in the spin cycle and cut against the grain. And
now there is a flag, or is there? I'm being told there's a flag. I did not see one. And let's see what we got. That was a 75-yard kickoff return. And there's a flag. I do see it way behind the play, 30 yards behind the play. And it's going to go against Mingo Central, and it's going to take away a beautiful kickoff return as they'll be holding. And once again, that play happened 30. The penalty came in, Eric, 30 yards behind the play. Wow. And they'll take the ball all the way back inside the 35, and it'll start at the 33-yard line. So there's where Mingo Central will start on their own 33. They thought they had a 75-yard touchdown return, and there was no need to do what they did to be able to hold right there. Because, I mean, the flag came. Burke was like, he was 40 yards ahead of the play.
Yeah, way away from it.
So here's a first down play, and there's a run. There's a big gain by Vance. He's off to the races, to the 40. It's a foot race, and he gets all the way down near the 20-yard line. They'll put him down at the 22-yard line of Independence as Vance finds a gaping hole right up the middle.
Yeah, and Vance put it into another gear, and then Linksweiler really saved a touchdown here by not giving up on the play, just enough to trip him up. And
he almost stripped him.
Yeah, almost stripped him.
So at the 22 of Independence, 1st and 10. Jackson Nimmy Mills, the quarterback, takes the snap, hands it off, running play, and that's going to lose a couple yards. There's nowhere to go that time as that ball went to Jace Coleman. And that'll bring up second down.
And a great play on the edge right there by Dalton Atkins. Hey, he really came up from his corner position, and when the running back bounced it outside, was able to get a hold of his leg and really slow up the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 12, the ball back to the 24-yard line. Mingo Central thought they had a 75-yard second-half kickoff return for a touchdown that was called back because of a hold, and it was the flag came like 30 yards from behind the play. And there's going to be a loss back to the 30 as they trying to run a jet sweep that time to Aiden Burke, and just nothing going. Independence are ready for that. So the ball goes back to the 28-yard line where they put him down at. It'll be a third down. The line to gain will be the 12-yard line. So if Mingo Central doesn't score on this drive, boy, another deflating penalty.
Yeah, another penalty. Looked like you were going to return to kickoff and get back in the game a little bit, and now
Nimmy Mills to throw with time, and it's almost intercepted.
That was deflected by an Independence. The linebacker deflected it from the corner.
If it wasn't deflected, I think Dalton Atkins was going to have an interception. It looked like the ball was coming right to him.
It was going right to him, look. And he had all kinds of room to run after the pick if he had picked it off.
So that'll bring up fourth down from the Independence 28. They got to get to the 12-yard line to keep the drive alive. And it might be really hard for Mingo Central if they don't score on this drive to overcome that kickoff return being called back.
And just another mistake.
So here's Jackson Nimmy Mills from the shotgun out of the pistol set. Burke's lined up behind him. They're going to pitch it to Burke, and he looks to throw. He's throwing the ball deep. Got a man out there, and it's broken up and incomplete. No flags, and Independence defense comes up with the stop. So Independence will turn them over on downs and take over on their own 28-yard line.
Turnover on downs.
So Independence dodged a big bullet and perhaps a big momentum change in this game, Eric, by having that 75-yard kickoff return by Burks called back.
First and 10 Patriots.
So Independence takes over.
43-yard line.
Will take over on their own 28-yard line. Brock Green had a sensational first half, right at 200 yards or maybe just a tad over 200 yards passing. And he waits on the shotgun snap. Running play. Nelson, he's got some running room. He's across the 35, and he gets a good gain on first down. Nelson will get the ball out to the 36-yard line. And he's closing in on 100 yards for the game.
Yeah, after halftime, he had 9:05 on the season. So, hey, the way the half is going, the start of the second half, I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of old number 12, Silas Nelson, this half.
So it's a second down play from the 36. He's got another running play, and that's very close to a first down. And he might have it depending on where they put him down at. It looks like he will have it. He had to get to the 36. He looked like he's got out to the 37, maybe the 38. And actually on past that, they'll give him the 39-yard line. So it'll be a first down for Independence on their own 39-yard line.
On the 38-yard line.
So from the 39, first and 10. Green waiting on the shotgun snap. They'll throw it short. Dalton Atkins makes the catch in the flat, turns it up, got a first down. They run him out of bounds. Actually, they may have ran him out of bounds before he got to the first down. I think he got 9, and he went out of bounds before he got that last yard.
And Dalton Atkins having a little fun, fell out a little bit, but he's been playing. He's played a good game defensively. He's really held down that corner spot, Marison, coming up, making tackles, and doing all the little things that don't show up, on stat sheets.
So he got 9 out to the 48-yard line, 2nd and 1. They'll run the pistol set. Now they get out of the pistol. Looks like Mingo Central wanting to bring pressure. They hand the ball off to Silas Nelson. He gets to the edge. He's got a first down, crosses midfield. He's not done yet. He git's down near the 40-yard line, down to the 42, and another Independence first down.
And just as
right, you're right, Eric. Just what you said, what they would do, and with the lead like this,
run
clock, right?
Run clock, and you're gashing them with big runs. So I thought he carried 12 to 14 more times this half. That's already 3 more carries.
So from the 42-yard line of Mingo Central, 1st and 10 Independence. Green will go empty all by himself there, waiting on the shotgun snap. Mingo Central showing pressure. Green keeps it himself. That's Nelson. Their version of the Wildcat, the Patriot, down inside the 35. And a good gain on first down. And you're right, Eric. This is, you're getting chunks of yards. You're eating up the clock. Gets down inside the 35 to the 34. And they'll give him 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2. So now let's see what they will do. It'll be Brock Green. Nelson to his left. Green takes the shotgun snap. Pressure comes. Throws the ball deep. Got a man wide open, and he overshot him. And I think the pressure caused the ball to be extra,
put a little more
a little bit more extra on it. Yeah, he should have had a little more air in it. It would have been a touchdown. And you can see right there a guy up in Green's face
what
as
a,
he
what a strong arm,
punt.
really.
Yeah.
Not able to step into that and just fling it.
And, you know, 2nd 2, that's a pretty good play. That's a great play call to do that on
Yes,
2nd 2, come back, and 3rd down, probably going to run the ball.
Yeah,
here.
the Independence coaching staff, they do a really good job because if you're going to throw it then. You still got a chance to pick up the 1st down.
And they might throw it here on 3rd, and if they don't hit it, come back and run it on 4th. The whole playbook's open. Of course, Brock Green's going to go up under center. They will run it this time. It's Nelson. He's got the 1st down as he gets inside the 30, and they'll probably need to blow the whistle as they just keep fighting the pile forward down to the 28-yard line, maybe the 27. Just depends on where they unpile them at. But it'll be enough for a 1st down. And this is a very methodical drive that started back on their 28-yard line, Eric. This will be the 8th play of the drive coming up, and they'll put the ball down at the 28-yard line of Mingo Central. And this drive also is taking a lot of time off the clock. We're under 7 minutes for the 3rd. From the Miners 28. Guess what? A running play again, and just what you called, Eric. You must have been in the locker room of Independence, or you put your offensive coordinator hat on, right?
Yeah, because, you know, with this lead, you know, it's 28-8. You're up 20 points, and I really think they went away from that run. You know, they exploited, you know.
And there's a timeout on the field.
Yeah, and I think Mingo Central needs to take one, probably catch their breath. They're getting the ball ran down their throat.
We'll take a quick break and be right back here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
The most mouth-watering showdown on television. The Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off. Right here at your local Little General store. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
And out of the timeout, it'll be a 2nd down play for Independence. 2nd and 5. The ball at the Mingo Central 23-yard line. And Eric, you know, you had said that at halftime. And, you know, Independence dodged a bullet when that 75-yard kickoff return to start the second half got called back. And then Independence able to turn them over on downs. And now they've been able to really heavy dose of running with Silas Nelson. This is the 9th play of the drive. And they've eaten some time off the clock as we're right about 6.5. Right at 6.5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 5 for Independence at the Miners 23. Green from the gun. Nelson moves to his left. They're going to throw the ball in the flat to Dalton Atkins. Makes the catch inside the 20, down inside the 15. They run him out of bounds, and that should be enough for an Independence 1st down at the 14-yard line. So I'm not sure what we got. We got maybe an injured player. The ball it'll be enough for a 1st down at the 14-yard line as they're attending the young man there. While they're attending him, Eric, see if you got some more scores.
Yeah, update on the Princeton-Beckley game. Princeton has taken the lead 14-7 after another Beckley turnover. A lot of these games just into the 3rd quarter, but big scores in the 4A ranks. As Spring Mills, Martinsburg's up 37-0 over Washington. Huntington 45, South Charleston 0, and Willie Park 44, and Butler PA 6.
Yep. So 4A's those games aren't close. So they get the young man off the field, and I tell you, the young man that they're taking off the field is Mr. Burke, and Aiden Burke. He's had a heck of a game tonight for Mingo Central. Good 2A player, and he may have had a cramp, but he's being assisted off the field.
Yeah, and doesn't look like he's putting on much pressure on that leg, so let's hope it's just a cramp.
We hope so.
Really can't afford to lose him because he's been, you know, electric on both sides of the ball for him, and
So we'll resume play. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Independence. They'll put the ball down at the 16-yard line. Actually, we'll say the 15, right at the 15. First down for the Patriots. Green takes the shotgun snap, will roll the pocket, throws the ball in the flat, and it's dropped. And that time, I think that was, let's see if that was Dalton Atkins. Looked like he wanted to turn up. Yes, that was Dalton Atkins. Looked like he wanted to turn up before he caught it. Yep, see right there, looked like he wanted to turn up, and he wasn't able to hang on to it. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10, put the ball there right at the 15-yard line. And the play clock's got down to 1 second. That can't be right. The play clock may not be working. Now the play clock was flashing, but apparently it's not working. 2nd and 10 for Independence at the 15. Here's a running play. Nelson up inside, falls forward, gets inside the 10. They're trying to strip him of the ball, and he hangs on to it. And let's see where they're going to put him down at. I think they're going to give him maybe the 9-yard line. So 11th play of the drive coming up. And he got an injured Mingo Central player down. And while they attend to him, I want to tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal is now hiring, and they offer no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company-matching 401k plan. That's the good folks of United Coal. As they're able to get the young man up and off. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, the country store, locations in Beckley and Princeton.
Look at that sportsmanship. That's
Independence helping him over. Yep, Cracker Barrel. And they've always got excellent sportsmanship as well. You can go in there and have you some nice country fried steak, mashed potatoes, green beans, corn, whatever you like, meatloaf. I like it all. I know our staff likes it all. All right, so they put the ball down at the 10-yard line, and they give him 5 on the play, brings up 2nd and 5. Actually, I beg your pardon, it's 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 6.
Yep, 3rd down coming up. Actually, this is the 12th play of the drive. And let's see what Independence will cook up right here. Green, all alone, empty. Waits on the shotgun snap to throw with time. Throws, and it's almost intercepted. It's broken up, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Independence may send out their field goal team. Let's see what they do here.
And that's the only bad decision that Brock Green has made all night. And just threw it right into coverage. Lucky that one wasn't picked, because he would have had a lot of green grass to the right side with full head of steam.
And, I think this is good, Eric, with the lead they've had, the way they ran the ball, and this is the 13th play of the drive. And when you get into postseason, you might need this field goal. So this is good to
work on the special teams.
This is what you work on now. Cubbard, he missed his first attempt, so this will be his second attempt. The last time he never got a chance to kick it because Mingo Central jumped off sides, put the ball down at the 17, 27-yard kick. It looks good, and it is good. So tack 3 more on the board for Independence. That drive started on their own 28-yard line. It took them 13 plays, and it finishes with a 27-yard kick. And with 5:46 remaining in the 3rd quarter, your new score is Independence 31. 31. Mingo Central 8. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. And I need a nice cold Pepsi. And while I drink this Pepsi, Eric, you can give us some scores.
Okay, we're looking in the AAA ranks now. And if you think the 4A games aren't close, Fairmont Senior pasted Elkins 56-13 with the second half running clock. Bridgeport 57, Preston 7 in the 4th quarter. And like we said, Woodrow Wilson on the road at Princeton, the opponent for Independence next week. Princeton up 14-7 late in the 4th quarter. Only 4 minutes left to go in that game.
Wow, that game started at the same time as our game, and that game's way ahead of us.
And Herbert Hoover 42, Ripley 21 in the 3rd quarter. So Herbert Hoover's really found their groove, too, after that first game against Independence.
So 5:46 left here in the 3rd, and Independence will tee it up, leading in the ball game 31-8.
Well, one of the weapons for Mingo Central is definitely not back
Yeah, that was Burke. Here's a high hop fielded at the 30-yard line, and a big hit, and doesn't get quite out to the 40, trying to see who that was that returned that. And that return, that was Blankenship on the return. Jacob Blankenship. So he'll get the ball out to the 38-yard line, and that's where Mingo Central will set up shop with this possession. And for Mingo Central, Eric, I think they've got some I think their balloon got popped when they had that 75-yard second-half kickoff return called back. Then they broke a run, and then they couldn't put it in the end zone.
Put it in.
And then Independence, even though they didn't get a touchdown, they were able to drive the field, eat a lot of clock, and get 3 points out of it.
Yeah, and Independence did exactly what they needed to do on that ensuing drive after not giving up the points, added to the lead, and going to pin their ears back now and really just come after the quarterback.
Here's a running play straight ahead, and that's not going to get much, if anything. And it looks like for no gain. That'll be 2nd and 10 coming up on their own 38-yard line.
Vance with the carry.
And it was Vance on the carry.
Wilson one on the play. 2nd and 11.
So we'll go with no gain on the play.
38-yard line.
And Mingo Central doesn't appear to be in any hurry, and play clocks don't seem to be working. It was on 40, now 25. The play clock's not running. And let's see, the game clock, of course, is moving, getting ready to go under 5 minutes. But for whatever reason, like I said, the play clock don't seem to be operating correctly. All right, here's Mingo Central. They'll roll the pocket with Jackson Nimmy Mills. And the pass on the far side, it's caught. It's across the 45. It's going to be about 2 or 3 yards shy of the first down. Get the ball out to about the 47-yard line.
This is a good, throw, rolling to his left and put some zip on the ball and get it to third and manageable here.
Yep, 3rd and 1. The ball at the 47-yard line. They got to get out to the 48 on 3rd and 1 coming up. And that's going to be a running play. That's Vance. And he's not going to get there. And no question they'll go for it, but he did not make it.
But Riddle for Independence is all over the place, just making stop after stop. Landon Riddle, a 6'2", 210-pound defensive end or linebacker. He is everywhere.
So it's going to be 4th and 1. And looks like maybe they're going to punt. I'm surprised if they are going to punt. Actually, 4th about 1.5 yards. They got to get to the 48. The ball's really just right there at the 47. And they are going to punt it away. No, it's a fake. They got a man open, and it's caught. That's Vance down the sideline. Does he stay in? If he's in, it's a touchdown. And they're saying Independence says he's out of bounds, but the ones that count says he's into the end zone for a touchdown on a fake punt.
Touchdown, Mingo Central.
So that's going to be a touchdown from 53 yards out as we watch the replay. A fake punt, and Vance hauls in the pass. He looks like he's in. Looks like he's in. And at least they're calling him in, and the touchdown will stand as they use the quarterback, Jackson Nimmy Mills, on a fake punt. A 53-yard pass.
Yeah, a fake punt.
Fake punt, a 53-yard pass to Vance. And the touchdown stands. They'll line up for 2. 3:51 left, 3rd quarter, makes it 31-14. So how about that, folks? That was a 4-play drive and covered 62 yards. And the final 53 on that fake punt. Now they set to go for 2. Now what do we got? And, boy, you hate to call a timeout on 2-point conversion.
Timeout.
And maybe because they didn't have the right personnel in there, but Eric, you've been battling, and you've made some plays here or there, and you've had all these penalties, and now you're at 31-14. You can get within 2 scores, and you think you're really going to need those timeouts on defense, and now you have to call a timeout for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. One of those where coaches, this is an important play, but that timeout, you need it in your back pocket.
For your defense.
Yes, definitely do.
So while we got a minute, let's see if you got some more scores, if you can update us, as that Beckley-Princeton game was winding down to the end with Princeton leading by 7, the last score you gave.
Yeah, and Princeton still up 14-7, driving to score. Oak Hill 13, Buchanan Upshur 7. Philip Barber, 18. 19, Robert C. Bird, 12. And Herbert Hoover's really laying it to Ripley right now, 42-21.
So out of the timeout, they'll line up to go for 2. Still a lot of time left in this one. 3:51 in the third quarter, 31-14. And Mingo Central will line up and go for 2 after they pulled off the fake punt for the touchdown. And they're going to roll the pocket, throw to the end zone, and it's dropped. So they do not convert the 2-point conversion, and that makes that timeout even tougher, Eric, because you call the timeout and you don't convert on the 2-point play.
Yeah, it really does.
But they do get a touchdown, a 62-yard drive in 4 plays with 3:51 left in the third quarter. And your new score is Independence 31 and Mingo Central 14. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. And that was a beautiful 53-yard touchdown pass on a fake punt by Jackson Nimi Mills to the young man who was able to haul it in, Dylan Vance, for the score. Scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Now, Eric, do you think we'll see an onside kick or they kick it deep?
Definitely going to see an onside kick right here, which this has been a breath of fresh air. We haven't really saw one. Usually most of the games we do, no matter what the score, we'll see some onside kicks.
Well, my thought, do you think it's too early to do that? Because we're in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's still in the third quarter. I would kick it deep. You don't want to give this team a short field. I want to make them drive the length of the field.
You know, if you're Mingo Central, if you don't come back and pull this off, they're going to look at all the penalties and the missed opportunities that they had.
Kickoff return. They've been in the red zone twice.
Jumping off sides on a field goal attempt, helping Independence score a touchdown, and then jumping off sides on when they were kicking an extra point, and then gave them an extra point by going for 2 because they jumped off sides. So they got it teed up. And here comes the ensuing kickoff. They got the play clock working now. And Vance teed it up. And it is a little squib. And that wasn't a very, I don't know, that was like in between a squib and an onside kick. And it will be Independence ball. Look where they'll get it on their own 48.
At their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
So that's where Brock Green and company will take over on their own 48-yard line. So let's see what Independence will cook up here. Main thing, if you're Independence, if you run, you want to hang on to the ball. You don't want to turn it over. Here's a running play. Nelson, and he's dragged down. That's a nice defensive play by Mingo Central. And making that play for Mingo Central was James Moore.
Yeah, once he got his hands on Nelson, he pulled him down. And I was glad to see Nelson just go down the way he was held on to, because that's how you can get an injury, trying to pull out of that. That was good just to go down, live to play another down.
1 yard gain to the 49, and Independence, like I said, the play clock's working now. They're at 18. They don't have to be in any hurry as we're approaching the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. 2nd and 9 from their own 49 from the pistol set. Now they move out of the pistol. Green takes the snap to throw short, caught, and very close to a first down as Linksweiler able to make the catch and fall forward, and he's very close to a first down. I think he's going to be just about a half a yard short. We're going to put him down at the 43-yard line, and there'll be 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd down and 1.
With that catch, that puts Linksweiler well over the century mark in receiving. So they have a running back over 100 yards. They have a receiver, 2 receivers over 100 yards.
They're going to go a very tight bunch formation. They'll have a quarterback sneak. Green, he plows ahead and picks up the first down as he gets the ball to the 40, maybe inside the 40, but it'll be enough to move the sticks. And they're going to put him down right at the 40-yard line of Mingo Central. So a first down for Independence. They got to get the chain set, and then the clock should start rolling. 1st and 10 from the minor 40-yard line. Green will work up under center. You got a power formation for Independence. They'll turn around and run the ball. Nelson, he's got 5. He's got more. He's got about 6 or 7, just power football, as he was able to run right off the left side. Nelson getting up a little slow.
Let's see the end of that play. It looked
the ball. He was down, but I think they poked the ball out, but he was down as he gets the ball inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line.
Ball at the 33-yard line.
Oh, yeah, completely down.
Yeah, so it'll be 2nd and 7 coming up for Independence. And as long as you can get 5, 6, 7 yards at a clip and run this clock, Eric, that's, like I said, that's what you're going to do. They're going green up under center, power formation. They feed Nelson. He's got in the open. He's going to 10, 5, and he's going to score an Independence touchdown. Well, sooner or later, you put enough pressure on the dam, and the dam gives in, the water breaks. And Nelson, 33-yard touchdown run.
Excuse me, Maris. It was blocked right at the point of attack, and, never really got touched on that one.
And I talked about it, give them the short field. They kicked it off. Independence got the ball on their own 48. That's a 52-yard drive, a 5-play, 52-yard drive. And Silas Nelson, a 33-yard touchdown run. And now they'll set up to try to tack on the 38th point with 1.5 minutes remaining here in the third. There's the snap. There's the hold. The kick looks good, and it is good. So your new score is now Independence 38 and Mingo Central 14, 133 remaining here in the third quarter. And once again, your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. That was a 5-play, 52-yard drive. And Silas Nelson, who's had a big game here tonight, he finishes off the final 33 yards into the end zone.
Yeah, and he's got to be approaching the 150, 150 yards or more on the ground. So
we got our stat man, Chris Ferris. He can let us know how many yards.
I'm sure.
174 yards. Okay. 174 yards. The stat genius, Chris Ferris, letting us know.
3 touchdowns.
So he's got the hat trick, his 3rd touchdown. And, Eric, he came in with 14 rushing touchdowns. He's now got 17 rushing touchdowns with 3 here tonight.
And how many yards did he come in?
He came in with 818 yards. He's closing in on 1,000.
Yep.
So here after this kickoff, and we'll update some more scores. We'll try to get you updated on that Beckley-Princeton score. Looked like that game might be over by the time this third quarter's over here. The game might be over there.
Nelson has 992 yards.
992 yards.
So 8 yards. He'll crack the century mark in this game. I mean, the 1,000-yard mark.
Yep, here comes the kickoff. Blankenship had it. He fumbled it. And he's zigging and zagging into traffic, and he'll be put down just shy of the 40-yard line.
With the kickoff return.
So they'll set up shop there at the 39. Maybe they'll actually put the ball right on the 40. Let's see where they'll put it down at. Waiting for the officials to do so. They'll put the ball down right at the 40-yard line.
First and 10, Mingo Central.
So Mingo Central scored a touchdown last time. They had it on a fake punt. And they have the ball from the 40-yard line now as we're in the closing minute and a half of quarter number 3. There's a running play, and that's going nowhere. As that is Dylan Vance on the carry, and they shut it down to Independence.
No gain on the play.
So, Eric, let's see if you got an update on the Beckley-Princeton game. I know that was coming down.
Well, it's still 14-7. They had a severe injury on a Beckley player, so they stopped the game for that. So
yeah. Well, whomever the young man's hurt for Beckley, hopefully it's going to be okay. So Princeton was ahead in that game 14-7.
Yes.
They're getting near the end of that game.
So we'll check Morgantown over Parkersburg South. Parkersburg South losing 28-14 on this home field again.
So from the 42nd and 10. And there's a running play. That's a nice run, a first down and more. This might go to the 40, the 30. Linkswaller runs him down at the 5-yard line. That's Vance again, I believe. Or no, let's see who that is that time. That's Coleman. Coleman broke through there, and Linkswaller saved the touchdown. And Linkswaller may have hurt himself as he able to tack Coleman right down there at the 5-yard line.
Well, this is the second touchdown saving at the moment tackle from Linkswaller as he was able to gain ground.
Down at the 6-yard line, it'll be first and goal, Mingo Central.
So they're going to put him down at the 5, first and goal.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Mingo Central was in a hurry to run this play as they
run
pick
the
up
ball.
about 3.
Yeah, to Vance inside the 5. They got an injured Mingo Central player, as that will be the final play of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, your score is Independence 38, Mingo Central 14. Headed to the fourth quarter. Coming up next here on Video Productions.
Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, with 2 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert Z. Byrd Drive in Beckley and 8762 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia's student athletes. A winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
When you're about to go on the most important journey, it matters who you choose to start it with. From your very first prenatal appointment, Access Health's dedicated team is here to support you with the latest technology and personalized care. Preparing for your little one's arrival is a special time. And when the big day arrives, you can be confident knowing you have the same team to guide and support you. Access Health, your partner in health every step of the way.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
They're going to put the ball down at the 4-yard line, and Eric, that's actually not going to be the end of the third quarter. There's actually 0.6 remaining here in the third, so it looks like they're actually going to get another play off before we go to the fourth quarter. I didn't realize that now they run the clock, and now that will be the end of the third quarter. So we're going to have the end of the third quarter twice. How about that? We'll take another third quarter break and get you ready for the fourth quarter here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
It's fourth down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but moves! Incredible! A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it!
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to Independence, going to the fourth quarter here at Coal City. It'll be a 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line for Mingo Central as we change ends of the field. 38-14, the Independence lead in first play of the fourth quarter. Jackson Nimmy Mills, the quarterback, waits on the shotgun snap. And he's going to keep it himself. And he's going to get to the goal line. Is he in? He is, for a touchdown. So that's a 4-play, 60-yard drive. 4-yard run by Nimmy Mills. And that now cuts into Independence's lead to make it 38-20. And I'm sure they'll line up and go for 2 here, Eric.
Yeah, but, you know, as many mistakes as that Mingo's made, they're keeping themselves within striking distance, but they got to figure something out defensively to slow this Independence running game down now, because it was a heavy dose of Silas Nelson in that third quarter.
Well, I will say this, no matter what happens tonight, if they don't come back and win, and I know it's going to be tough maybe to make the plus at 2-5, but the remainder of their opponents, they've got a pretty good offense if they just clean up some of the penalties. So here's the 2-point conversion. Nimmy Mills looks to throw, and it's intercepted. And you can't return it in high school. You can't in college. The quarterback took a big hit, Nimmy Mills, and he's getting up. So the 2-point conversion is not connected. So with 11:53 left in the game, your new score is Independence 38, Mingo Central 23. That was a 4-play, 60-yard drive with a 4-yard touchdown run from Jackson and Nimmy Mills. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Boy, would I love to have me a Pepsi right now. And Eric, I don't know if it's us, but it seems like every time we go to a game, games just tend to last longer with you and I. Maybe people enjoy us so much that they want the game to last a little longer.
Hey,
I don't know.
They want to listen to us yak and about the game and these extended quarters.
Yeah, maybe we entertain. Maybe they're laughing at us, but nevertheless, we appreciate you watching here on Video Productions. 38-20, the new score, and we still got 11:53 to go. And a couple weeks it was about a 3-hour game, and we're almost there tonight. It's 9:20 local time. And hopefully we'll be out here before 10 o'clock.
We're knocking on 3 hours door again.
So let's see if Mingo Central will kick it short. They kicked it short last time, and Independence had a short field and able to score. Now let's see what they do here. Independence believes they're going to onside kick it.
I still think you got 12 minutes. I still think I'll take my chances kicking it deep.
Yeah.
And making them make an extended drive and maybe make a stake.
The length of the field. So we'll see. It's teed up. Equal distance between the 40s there, right in the middle between the hashes. And here comes the kickoff. And they'll squib it, and Independence will have good field position on their own 41-yard line. So that's where Independence will start the drive. First and 10. On their own 41. So let's see what the Patriots will cook up here. And once again, Eric, probably as you said earlier, now especially we're into the fourth quarter, probably a heavy dose of running the ball with Silas Nelson, who's had a big game, 3 touchdowns, and a huge game on the ground tonight.
Yeah, 174 yards thus far, and 8 more yards, and he will be over the 1,000-yard mark. They're lucky they didn't give him for motion.
Yep, and there's going to be across midfield. He's got a first down, and he's at the 1,000-yard plateau for the season. And you're right, it's lucky that wasn't motion because it looked like he started forward.
Well, it definitely was motion.
Yes, it was, but they didn't call it.
And like you said, the ones that count didn't call it.
Yep, so that's a first down across midfield. Actually, it's not going to be a first down. They give him 9 on the play out to the 49-yard line.
So he has 1,001 yards on the season.
Yep. He's at the Mingo Central 49. Second down. And we appreciate the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing and now working the camera.
He's a jack of all trades.
He is. He's our guy, man. He's the glue that holds us together. So 2nd and 1. Be another running play. The ball's out. It's fumbled, and it's picked up.
It might go back for 6.
It might go. That's Blankenship down the sideline. Not Blankenship. We'll see who it is. But it's going to be a touchdown for Mingo Central. And I thought it was Blankenship, but it wasn't. That was Joplin. Devin Joplin able to scoop and score from about 54 yards. And, wow, just like that. A touchdown to make it 38-26.
And right here on the Little General Instant Replay, the scoop and score. And
wow, we've had a little bit of everything in this game. And that's the one thing I talked about on the last – if you're Independence, the one thing you want to do is hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and usually the short-handed Silas Nelson never really –
And with 10:51 left in the game, Eric, if they're able to convert here and get it to 10, my goodness. Don't turn it off yet, folks.
I was going to say, a lot of time. And you got what you needed right there, a quick score from your defense.
Yeah, Joplin on the scoop and score down the near sideline, and he once, that's another thing. You play on turf, he got that big hop, and when you get that big hop, his speed, just able to race down the near sideline into the end zone.
Yeah. And I know once he broke contain, no lineman.
Well, you said, they wasn't going to catch him.
Nobody was going to catch him because the fastest guy that was left on the field was the guy that fumbled and was tackled.
Yeah, he was on the ground.
Nelson, man, that's probably only guy that probably could have caught him.
So there's 8 on the play clock. Mingo Central's going to have to hustle if they're going to get this 2-point conversion off. And they just do. They'll roll the pocket. They fake the reverse. Turn in the corner. The quarterback, will he get there? Pylon, he did. The referee got taken out. Oh, the referee's hurt.
Ooh.
The referee got taken out on the play. He hit
the back of his head.
Yeah, and he is down.
Yeah, he hit the back of his head.
The 2-point conversion is good, and folks, we've had a little bit of everything here tonight, and man, the official, he got taken out on the play as we watch the replay here. Hits the pylon, and the Independence player did not mean
the head
to hit the official. And if we can get that one more time and see, it looked like for a minute whether the quarterback, if he stepped out of bounds. Watch right here.
The ball was in his right hand, though.
Yep, he changed it.
Yeah.
And that is good, right? Hit the pylon. So the 2-point conversion is good, and that makes it 38-28 as we see the replay. They're taking care of the official there as Jackson Nimmy Mills able to just reach out to the pylon. And we're going to take a break and be right back here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, get Modley's Plumbing and
And we welcome you back to Coal City. And, Eric, I'll tell you what, that 75-yard second half kickoff return that got called back for Mingo Central. Boy, it looks bigger now, doesn't it?
Looming big.
38-28, and we still got a whole quarter to go here with 10:51 left, and something that, Independence, and you had said they had taken care of the ball. That's one thing. Like you said, Brock Green played good. Maybe just one bad decision.
One bad decision.
They taken care of the ball. They hadn't put it on the ground, and that time, as good a night as Silas Nelson's had, he puts it on the ground. And now, if you're Mingo Central and you're down within 10 and you have 10:51 left, I'd be surprised why they would want to kick it, an onside kick, maybe why they wouldn't want to kick it deep.
Yeah, I'm kicking it deep. And what we both stated happened. You want them to have to drive the length because the more plays that you have, the more chance they can make a mistake. You give them short field, and that's exactly what I do. Is kick
exactly
it deep
what
right
they
here.
did. So the ball goes back inside the 20. A nice return out near the 35-yard line. And now Independence going to have to see if they can get some of their mojo back as Rose able to return that back. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Independence. And let's see where they put the ball down at, right at the 35-yard line, or nope, the 34-yard line is where Independence will start this drive.
Be spotted at the 34-yard line.
So from the 34, 10:46 left in the game. It's a 10-point game now, 38-28. And here's where your leaders got to take over. Hey, you got to settle in.
Just settle in.
Yep.
Get first downs.
Yep. You got a 2-score lead, and they're going to run the ball. and they run the ball to Nelson, and he's caught behind the line, and, boy, he's gang tackled, and now they blow the whistle. Now you can see maybe the momentum maybe on Mingo Central side.
Yeah, and whoever, we talk about this all the time, whoever came up with the thing that says momentum's not real, I don't understand that, because you can see it in this. The Mingo Central defense is a little more brisk to the ball, and they're coming.
Well, they need 2 scores. They're down 10, so they've got to get a stop here. That's a 1-yard loss back to the 33. It's second down and 11 coming up for Independence. 18 on the play clock. We're coming up on the 10-minute mark here of the fourth quarter. So let's see what Brock Green will dial up here on 2nd and 11. Silas Nelson to his right. Green takes the snap to throw, has time, throws it. It's caught by Rose, crossed the 40, falls forward, very close to a first down, and I think they're going to mark him short.
What a good-looking play right there. And Brock Green put it on the numbers right out of the curl, right on the break. The ball was already delivered.
They're going to mark him a tad short. They're going to put him at the 43. They got 10. They needed 11, so it'll be 3rd and 1 coming up. And this will be huge if Independence can convert with 9.5 to go, or you got to think if Mingo Central can get a stop here and then get the ball back.
Yeah, because I don't foresee Independence going forward if they don't make it here. So I would see them just punting away and flipping the field.
They're going to run the ball, and they're not going to make it. Mingo Central stacks it up for no gain. And now, I'm with you, Eric. I think if you're Independent, you're up 2 scores. I think they'll punt it here. Let's see what they do.
You punt it because 2 things can happen here. Mingo Central could jump again because they've been known to get in the neutral zone. But I flipped the field and put it back on the shoulders of my defense to get a stop.
The clock is turning, 8:50 and counting, and I think they're going to leave their offense out there. They are. There's Green getting the play in. Maybe they're going to try to draw them off because they've had success doing that.
No, but I really think that Independence with that that offensive line, going to run power I and just run right at them. But I'm with you. It's going to be a hard count.
Nope, they're going to run it. Will they get the first down? They will. Nelson's able to break it to the outside. Crosses midfield, picks up a first down. They run him out of bounds inside the 45, and a huge conversion on 4th down for Independence. They're able to convert and keep the drive alive. It'll be a first down in Mingo Central territory inside the 45. Nelson runs out of bounds at the 42 of Mingo Central. What a huge conversion.
And big-time play call. The big-time gutsy championship caliber play call right there. Hey,
confidence in your offense.
Confidence in your offense and your offensive line.
I mean, I'm sure that's what Coach Lilly was telling his troops. Look, we're up 10. We got to make, we want to be a championship team. You got to make a yard and a half.
Got to be able to make it.
And they did just that. And now let's see if they can put the game away on the ground. There's Nelson. He's spinning and churning for extra yards down inside the 35. Another big gain. And boy, Nelson, he's working I guess he's almost 200 or maybe over 200 yards.
Definitely over 200 yards now.
So that puts him over 200 yards for the night. And that puts him over 1,000 yards for the season. As he picks up 9 on the play. And the ball goes down to the 33-yard line. So on the 33. And now if you're Independence, you think you would use maybe the entire clock before you snapped it. On 2nd and 1, Green from under center. They'll quick pitch it. And there's a flag. That's going to be a hold on Independence, and that'll come back as Nelson picked up the first down. But, boy, I tell you, Nelson, he's really been the workhorse tonight, hasn't he?
Big-time workhorse, and that's what you do. You get it to your big gun and let him either salt the game away or make Mingo Central use some timeouts too. But this is a big hold. Get him behind the chains a little bit.
Big penalty. And let's see where the ball will take it back to. It comes from the spot of the foul. There's the call, holding on Independence. That will negate that first down run. And the ball comes back. The line of scrimmage was the 33, so the ball will come back to the 43.
Back the ball. Back to the 38. I'm sorry, the 43.
Back to the 43-yard line.
2nd and 10.
And bring up a second down. They've got to get to the 32 to keep the drive alive. They'll need 11 yards on second down. From the Mingo Central 43, there's a flag on the play. They blow it dead. False start. So back-to-back penalties. And going back, Independence up 5 more yards. Back to the 48-yard line.
And now this seems like a flip-flop of the second quarter when Mingo Central kept shooting themselves in the foot. Now Independence is going in reverse. They had the old four-wheel drive trucking down the road and drive, but now they put in reverse.
And you can see we don't have the time up on the screen. There's 7:29 left in the game. So there's plenty of time there. 7:29 left here in the fourth quarter. The ball back to the 48-yard line on the penalty. Actually, they took it to the 47. The ball was on the 43, and it ended up being a 4-yard penalty, Eric.
Now they're down to 5 on the play clock after coming out of the –
From the 47, Green rolls the pocket. He looks to throw. He might have to throw that away. He throws it, and it's short, and it's incomplete.
And
it stops the clock.
Stops the clock.
So from the 47, it'll bring up third down. They've got to go from the 47 to the 32-yard line, so they need 15 yards. And, Eric, I would think because you want to eat the clock, and the clock stopped there on the incompletion with 7:23, that you might think about running the ball. And then you could run the ball,
keep the clock running.
And then you could use an additional 39 seconds and then punt the ball away because you're up 2 scores.
But now Independence takes a timeout.
So Independence is going to take a timeout to figure this out. And here's our situation. 38-28 is the lead for Independence. There's 7:23 left here in the fourth quarter. And, Eric, it's going to be third down and 15 from the 47. They got to get to the 32. So I think if you're Independence, you may not want to take a chance on throwing the ball and having the clock stop if it's an incomplete.
Well, so I think the reason they called this timeout to set up, well, hey, this is the situation. This is the 2 plays we're going to run to pick this first down up.
Right.
So they know so the kids know, hey, let's get half of this, and once we do, we're on the plus side of the field, and we'll go for it on fourth down.
Yes, because if you run the ball and you get half of it here, there's no question you can come back and throw it on fourth down. But do you want a chance on throwing it here on third down?
You don't. I think you
your
run best run play.
Yeah. And if you don't make enough yards, then you can just punt because you're up 2 scores.
And with the back like Silas Nelson, I'm telling you, you get those 2 backs in front of him.
He can make 8 or 10 yards.
He can make 8 or 10 yards like that.
And make it a manageable fourth down should that be the case.
But look, it shows what we know. They're going empty. But look, Nelson is in the slot closest to the quarterback. So just right there, I think they're going to come up and try to get it to him.
So let's see what they do. Brock Green takes the shotgun snap, sets in the pocket, has time, throwing the home run ball, got a man out there. It's Nelson, and he catches it for the touchdown. What a beautiful thrown ball by Brock Green. It doesn't get much better than that, folks. Brock Green, he dials up the home run ball and able to throw a 47-yard touchdown pass. And, Eric, when we watch the replay, when Brock Green, as he winds up and throws the deep ball, it looked like he ran down there and just put it in the arms of Silas Nelson, and Nelson able to catch it in stride into the end zone for an Independence touchdown.
And great timeout. I was going to question the timeout call, but they dialed up the perfect play, and I knew Nelson was in the slot, and that was going to put him on a safety.
So the extra point is good. With 7:12 remaining in the game, your new score is Independence 44 and Mingo Central 27. That was a 7-play, 66-yard drive. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi, and what a beautiful play. And Eric, I'll tell you what, I think that's the best play I've seen this entire season, as 45 is the extra point is good. I think I said 44. The point after is added on. It's 45-27. And Brock Green, a 47-yard touchdown connection.
45-28.
45-28. I'll get it right.
He's adding and subtracting a little bit different tonight.
Yes, 45.
That's why we got the stat genius with us.
That's why we got the stat genius to help me out.
Because we need him to correct.
I'll tell you what. I was so excited of the play, I couldn't add or subtract. What a sensational pass from Brock Green to Silas Nelson as we watch the replay, Eric. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. That's the nicest play I think we've seen this year.
Yeah, that was right on the money. Great pitch and catch over the shoulder, but the ball was right on the money.
Wow. And I'll tell you what, you got to give head coach John Lilly and his offensive staff the confidence to call that timeout and dial that play up. How much confidence that – I know Coach Lilly has a lot of confidence in his players and the staff, but in that situation to dial up that play, and that's hitting a grand slam right there.
That is, and much needed, because Mingo Central, they thought they were, had a stop there, was going to get the ball back just down 10.
So I got it correct now. After I was excited, I got to calm down. 45-28, but that's as good as it gets right there.
Yeah, and 7:12 to go in the contest.
So, you know, if you're Mingo Central, obviously you just can't keep trading scores. And I tell you what, that really took the top off, that deep throw right there. And the connection for the touchdown. So Mingo Central will have it. And they'll have the ball across the 35 at the 36-yard line.
At the 37-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10, Mingo Central.
So from the, actually they're going to say the 37-yard line. That's where Mingo Central will start this drive. And now if you're thinking Mingo Central, you might just scrap the run and just start airing it out. Jackson Nimmy Mills, the quarterback, waits on the shotgun snap. It's a high snap. As soon as I say that they're going to air it out and don't run, they try to run, but there's really nothing there, and it'll be 2nd and long.
You know, the complexity of the play was thrown off, with the high snap.
So we're under the 7-minute mark for the game. But I'll tell you, that 47-yard touchdown bomb from Brock Green to Silas Nelson, it didn't get much better than that, does it?
It doesn't. That was a great play call, empty in the backfield. And the situation where you had them spread out and you had Nelson, to the inside of the 2 outside receivers, and that will put him on a safety, and he'll be the safety every time.
And there's a running play. He's going to lose a couple yards. And for Mingo Central on this drive, they're going in the wrong direction. And that loss will go back to the 35-yard line, bring up 3rd and 12.
Loss of 3.
And I'm surprised that coming out run the ball twice, that they wouldn't throw the ball.
That's what in my mind, I was a little bewildered with the first 2 play calls because you're needing points and you're needing them fast. So
yeah, we're just going under 6 minutes for the game. Well, you got a minute, Eric. See, we got some more score updates. If you got a second, if not, we'll get it at the end of this play. On 3rd and 12 from their own 35-yard line. Jackson Nimmy Mills, there's a snap, and it was low, and the pass is knocked down, and that just those 3 plays, just Mingo Central just didn't have anything going, and credit Independence defense, and it's 4th down. And you still think that you would have to punt here, Eric, because I know you're down. I know you're down 45-28, and there's 5:40 to go, but I don't think you can afford to go for it here.
Yeah, you really can't. You just have to punt it away. But what gets me, what was a little strange to that drive is they opened it up
with 2 running plays.
With 2 running plays.
So it is 4th down and punt time, at least back in punt formation. We've seen everything tonight. We've seen a bomb for a touchdown. We've seen a fake punt for a touchdown. We've seen a fumble return for a touchdown. We've seen a kickoff for a touchdown that got called back. We've seen a field goal made, a field goal missed. We've had it all here tonight. And Independence will take over. And I think the Independence faithful can smell it now on this homecoming night.
Yep.
As Independence will take over on their own 40-yard line.
They can celebrate a little bit, and they get that 21st
straight win
at home, and with the big one on the horizon next Friday with Princeton coming off a hard-fought win over Beckley, 14-7 tonight, and Princeton was missing their 2 top players, Markel Lowe and Mosser, the wideout. So
and they'll be back next week.
They'll be back trying to make up for lost time next week up here in Coal City.
So you got to think Independence now will stay on the ground, and they do. And that's a big running play for Nelson. He spins. He's got 5. He's fighting for more yards. He gets out to the 46-yard line and picked up 6 on the play.
Look at the middle of the field. We have another injury, a cramp, and the Independence players are working on the Mingo Central player.
So the clock will stop with 5:24 left in the game while they aid the Mingo Central player. And, Eric, while we got a minute, see if you got some scores.
Okay, I'm going to dig into some AA scores for you. Wheeling Central up big, 42-12 over Pittscarroll out of Pennsylvania. Scott, 42. This is the last updated score I had, 42, Polka 8. Bluefield finally scores in this game. Grayson County, Virginia visiting Bluefield. Bluefield's up 14-8 in the 3rd quarter. And James Monroe still all over Midland Trail, 41-0. In single A, I'm going to check. We need to check that big matchup where Greenbrier West went on the road to
Petersburg.
Yeah. 34-32 in the fourth quarter. Petersburg holds a 2-point lead.
Wow. So now the injured player, they've got him up off the field for Mingo Central. 5:24 left in the game. Clock starts to run as Brock Green up under center. On 2nd and 4, they run the ball. Silas Nelson, he crosses midfield, and he should have enough for the first down. He's right at the down marker, and actually by falling forward, crossing midfield, that should be enough for a first down.
Independence player lost his helmet, so he had to be subbed for.
Still waiting to see if they're going to call it a first down, but it should be. He's right at where they need the spot to gain the midfield, and it is a first down.
First down.
So right at midfield, Independence has a new package of downs. And now you would think that you would see nothing but runs as the clock starts. We're under 5 minutes remaining here in the game. 45-28, the Independence lead. And like I said, Eric, we've had a little bit of everything. But it doesn't look like Mingo Central is going to come back and win this game. And, of course, Mingo Central will know that Independence is very good. But if you're Mingo Central and your coaching staff, you're like, man, look at play here or play there.
Yeah, we're
and
right
they were
in
right
it.
there. They were right there
in
with
it.
them. Yes.
And just like a championship caliber team does, though, Independence was able to capitalize on every mistake that Mingo Central made.
There's a flag, and I think they're going to get a false start on Independence, and they will. That'll cost them 5. Take the ball back to the 45-yard line, make it 1st and 15. That's one thing, you want a clean game, as all coaches do, but sometimes I guess, you live with the good, you live with the bad, and, they were behind the chains when Brock Green had an amazing 47-yard touchdown pass to Silas Nelson. So that's definitely the high point, and the penalties are definitely the low point. So 1st and 15. And Green really in no hurry. The play clock down to 8. Probably need to snap it as he does there with about 4 seconds left. Nelson, he's got some running room. He's got some space. This will go to the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Independence. A 55-yard touchdown run by Silas Nelson. And what a night he has had here, folks.
Well, I'm going to say this. We're going to get the stats, but if you had a game ball, that's 4 touchdowns for Nelson. 3 on the ground and 1 through the air. But he has just been amazing. He's gotten stronger as the game has gone on.
So, Eric, he came in with 14 rushing touchdowns and 14 rushing touchdowns. He did not have that was his first receiving touchdown. So he's added 4 touchdowns, a hat trick plus 1. So he has 18 touchdowns on the season, 17 on the ground and 1 through the air.
And a false start on the extra point attempt.
So 51 is the count right now. I got that right, 51. That was a 55-yard run. I also got that correct. That was a 3-play, 60-yard drive and a 55-yard touchdown run from Nelson. And now on the penalty, they'll back Independence up 5 yards and attempt the PAT from placement, leading 51-28, trying to make it 52. The kick's on its way. It looks good, and it is good.
Right down the middle. And just like that, Independence has opened this lead up 52-28.
So right down Main Street in Sophia is the extra point is good. That was a 3-play, 60-yard drive, a 55-yard touchdown run from Nelson. The PAT good, 52-28. Your scoring recap brought to you by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. And I'll tell you what, the entire Independence team needs to break out a case or 2 of Pepsi. They really deserved it the way they played here tonight.
Yeah, blue cans for everyone up on the hill here in Cove City. And the thing you need to state, Mingo Central shouldn't hang their head. They came up and battled to the end, but they will go back and look at this film and key moments in the game. They just were not able to get over the hump.
Yeah, they've made too many mistakes and basically on penalties. And, Eric, once again, we're approaching almost a 3-hour game. We still got 3:58 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and we're coming up on 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
we kicked off right at 7. It's like the NFL right here, 3-hour games.
It is.
Well, I think
it's our third one.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think it's because you and we have these long games. People want to hear us, right?
Yeah, we like the NFL so much too. I guess they're turning into NFL kind of action.
So Independence, I think I can say safely in front, 52-28. 3:58 remaining in the game. Here's the kickoff. It's a little squibber. And that will be returned across the 40, out over the 45. And that's a nice return that time. And that is Lakeith Struther with the return. So it'll be a first down for Mingo Central. And let's see where they put him down at. Looks to be maybe the 43-yard line.
Ball will be spotted.
So that's where Mingo Central will set up shop. Actually, they're going to put it on the 48-yard line, I beg your pardon, on the 48-yard line. That's where Mingo Central will have it. Independence leading in the game, 52-28, 3:52 left here, fourth quarter. And Independence able to put, and there's a false start. And once again, you know, Mingo Central, and you know, they got to call it. And definitely it was, and that'll cost them 5. Take the ball back to the 43-yard line. But, you know, we haven't kept track of penalties, but I just wonder how many penalties have been accepted that Mingo Central's committed tonight. I'd say they're in double digits in penalties.
Easily 10. 10 or 11.
So 1st and 15 on the penalty. And the clock doesn't start until they snap the ball with 3:51 left in the game. And it's going to be a running play. And that's going to get out to the 45-yard line. And that's Coleman on the carry.
We seriously just got an injury again for Mingo Central.
Looks like another cramp. And, you know, you'd think, though, on a chilly night
hey, the cramp is about dehydration in your muscle, Maris.
Right,
it doesn't care how cold it is.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You still would think, though, that they would be, you know, putting fluids in their system even on a cold night.
Yeah, water, not Pepsi's, though.
Well, that's true because, no, we're talking about water. They can get Pepsi after the game. No, you don't want Pepsi in the game. Well, we got a minute. Let's see if you got some more scores.
Oh, you don't want that comedy hour anymore? Right?
Well, there's been a comedy for 3 hours going on here tonight as long as we've been talking. Actually, we started back at 6:30. Look, we've been on the air for 3.5 hours.
So, yeah, all games are going final now except for this one. Bridgeport finishing off Preston 57-7. And like we said, Princeton takes care of Beckley 14-7. Herbert Hoover rolls up to Ripley and puts one on them 56-28. And the Hoover, they've been rolling ever since that comeback from behind win.
Opening night against Independence.
I think that's probably the last time they've been behind. Oak Hill squeaks one out on the road at Buchanan Upshur, 19-13.
All right, so out of the injury timeout, it'll be a second down play for Mingo Central. Clock turning, coming up on 3.5 remaining in the game. Jackson Nimmy Mills looking across the way, waiting on the play call. Gets the snap, going to run it. That's Dolan. He turns the edge, and he gets tripped up about the 48-yard line.
I'm going to give you one more score, Maris. This one's kind of a shocker. Nicholas County travels up to Fairleigh, and they're handling Greenbrier East 26-6.
Wow. So that was Coleman on the run. They'll put the ball down at the 49-yard line and bring up third down. And at this juncture, really in no hurry as we're under 3 minutes for the game. I know we don't have the time up on the screen, but I can tell you 2:50 and counting on 3rd and long here. There's the shotgun snap, and the quarterback's going to keep it across midfield, get near a first down. And let's see, depending on where they put him down at, as Jackson Nimmy Mills, it's going to be maybe 4th and about a yard.
About 8. It's going to be 4th and 1.
This one's gone final, Maris. Scott lays one to Polka, 63-8.
Wow, 63-8. You know, we saw both Polk and Scott. We knew Scott was going to be, we're going to get it, you know, have a pretty good year from after we watched him. So that brings up 4th and 1. We had Polka at the first game of the year. And we had Polka beating Liberty. Now Polka's a game under 500 at 3-4 with a loss to Scott. So 4th and 1 coming up from Mingo Central at the 43-yard line of Independence. And Independence will turn them over on downs.
And Riddle's been all over the place tonight. And all the stars showed up in this game for Independence.
And now Independence really just has to run out the clock as they'll take over with 1:52 left. And really, Eric, Independence can really just take like 2 or 3 knees. There's no need for Mingo Central to stop it. They can just take 2 or 3 knees and the game's over. Ball's at the 46-yard line. So I'm not sure if what we got is all of Independence players on the side. Maybe they're going to run in some new players in there. But with 1:52 left and comfortably in control at 52-28. It was 28-8 at halftime.
Yeah, it looks like they've
cleared the bench.
Cleared the bench.
And let's see who we got in there. Got some players running out there at the end there. And they're going to have a running play. And you're going to have to help me out, Eric, because that's a 7, and I don't have a 7 on my roster.
I don't even on my roster either.
So we beg your pardon. This is the roster that was given to us, and we don't have – and maybe they've brought some JV guys up. I don't know, but we don't have them on our current varsity roster. But anyway, you're thinking the Independence, like I said, they just got to run the ball, take really a couple of knees, trying to see time remaining, 1:22 and counting. So really only got to probably run like 2 more plays, Eric, and that's the game. And here we are right at 10 o'clock. We're looking right at a 3-hour game. We're going to run the ball again. Shy of midfield. Referee will blow the whistle. And we're under a minute. And really, like I said, they can just run 1 more play, and that should do it. We'll have a quick post-game show, the Pioneer Community Bank post-game show. We'll wrap this one up. And, Eric, I think the longest part of our post-game show will be the numbers you'll have to read off from Independence of all the stars of how they really performed tonight. And they were big on the ground. They were big through the air.
Yeah, big play after big play when they needed them. And Brock Green gave them completions, big-time completions whenever they needed them, and big-time runs from Silas Nelson.
So this will be the final play of the game. We're under 20 seconds, and this should be it. And Independence will get the win. And Independence, with the win, they will go to 5-2, as that is the final play of the game. So the final score is Independence 52 and Mingo Central 28. 52-28. We're going to take a break to collect ourselves, come back in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. We'll have a quick wrap-up, and we'll do it coming up here in a minute here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Let the sunshine in. Get started today with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. What better way to do that than our energy-efficient windows and doors for every budget and style? We offer superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price. We offer great financing options too. So why wait? Transfer your home today.
And we welcome you back to Coal City, West Virginia on this homecoming night, and Independence shooting off the fireworks there, Eric. And boy, their play shot off the fireworks here in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. You might be able to hear the fireworks going off in the background as Independence wins in a big way, 52-28, and they were all about big plays. They got up 14-0. Mingo Central made it 14-8. It was 28-8 at halftime, and Mingo Central thought that they had hit a home run with a kickoff return to start the second half. It got called back, and really when you look at it, Mingo Central was in the game and had some plays that they just couldn't make with penalties, but at the end of the game, Independence was just too much. They win the game going away 52-28.
Yeah, and hats off to Mingo Central. They did battle back, but they dug themselves whole time after time after time. And hats off to Independence, though, because they answered the bell. Every time it seemed like Mingo Central had some momentum, Brock Green would drop a pass right in the bucket, or Silas Nelson would break a big, long run.
Yeah, we had great runs from Silas Nelson. We had maybe the best play we've seen all year, that 47-yard beautiful touchdown pass from Brock Green to Silas Nelson. We had Mingo Central run a fumble back for a touchdown. We had Mingo Central score on a fake punt. We had a field goal made, a field goal missed. We had a little bit of everything.
Return for it. Punt return deep.
I mean, this game had a little bit of everything. Passing touchdowns, running touchdowns. We had it all, and when it's all said and done, Independence gets the win. Here's this bomb that I was talking about. That's as good as plays I've seen all year. A beautiful throw. And that was 3rd and 15.
Yeah, no, as good as the throw was, though, the catch.
The catch was good, too.
The catch was because it was kind of over the Willie Mays style, over the shoulder, the way he got his hands out and caught it.
Yeah, like I said, it looked like Brock Green just ran down, put the ball right in the breadbasket, and then there's the fumble return from Mingo Central. So our stat man there, Chris Farish, is busy totaling up the totals, and he's going to need a calculator, because I tell you what, there was a lot of big plays and a lot of big things happening. We'll have that for you. Here's one of the touchdown runs by Silas Nelson. He had such a huge game tonight. And he rushed for over over 200 yards. And that put him.
I'm going to say close to 300.
300.
Because his last run was 55 yards.
Yeah, that's right. And that will put him over 1,000-yard plateau for the year. Eric, you have the numbers, and I'm sure that Independence sheet is heavy.
And we'll give it, before we wrap up, 564 total yards, 251 through the air by Brock Green. He was 12 of 21. 281 yards, 281 yards, and 1 touchdown, 1 interception. On the ground, 33 carries for Silas Nelson, 272, and 4 touchdowns.
Amazing night. And you got some numbers there for Mingo Central.
And Mingo Central, they had 332 total yards, 224 on the ground. Vance and Coleman each with over 80 yards on the 25 combined carries. And the quarterback threw, Nimi Mills, threw for 108 yards. He had 1 TD and 1 interception.
And one other thing, Eric, we've got to add, we also had an official knocked out momentarily in this game as well.
It's been a lot. It's a full moon out there.
Yeah, it's a full moon.
Full moon.
We had a howling good time here tonight. And as far as I know, people were inquiring, a lot of our viewers inquiring about the official. And as far as I know, he's okay. He got up and continued to referee the game. So as far as I know, he's okay. Well, that'll wrap it up here from Coal City. In fact, here's the play that I'm talking about right here. And he got hit twice. He got hit in the midsection and then hit his head there on the turf. And, sometimes you got to be more than the players to be tough. You got to be the officials to be tough.
Yeah, and he was tough and toughed it out and finished the game.
So, once again, the final score, Independence 52, Mingo Central 28. We appreciate everybody at Independence High School for making this broadcast possible, helping us out, doing what we need to do for our entire staff. First of all, the stat genius, Mr. Chris Farish. For the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. He produced, direct. He ran the camera. He stood upside down. He did it all. He hung the banner. He drove us here. He did it all tonight. For my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. Once again, the final score, Independence beats Mingo Central 52-28. Good night, everybody.